shapes steel. The spirit shapes the soul. HOI. Iron sharpens iron.
Plantation. 9 to 5 be the time I was wasting. Man, I feel like I need a vacation. Saving up for my resignation. Why I feel like my manager hating. Ain't the one for no verbal castration. This government ain't giving reparation. We'll go to crime trying to fight the temptation.
Rejoice in tribulations, demonstrate patience in every situation, picking up the pieces to their heart restoration. People broken hearted and in need of salvation. We in captivity, we done lost our history, disconnected from his laws, now there's no integrity. Here's the book and let them see, because they dying in these streets, walking in darkness, and where the carcass is, the eagles be. Walking in darkness and where the carcass around us like vultures, murder on their mind when they approach us. Let your light shine, watch them scatter like roaches. Babylon falling cause we taking back our culture. Heal our land, Abba now, put us back in agriculture. This word burning them up, Romans is a flamethrower. We prophesy destruction, nukes coming, game over. International, continental, ballistic missile. Them bombs dropping like rain, no drizzle. The lake of fire make them sizzle, showing fruits of the spirit. We don't gather figs of thistles. That's the dog, you know, so just like you were saying,
Hey, my name is Amani Bright Laws. I'm a travel business owner. My business is Always Shine Bright Travel, where we help you discover your next bright destination. I want to talk to you really quickly today about becoming a travel business owner. Listen, if your passion is traveling, if your passion is exploring the world, if your passion is wanting to travel and explore the world, then you should become a travel business owner, okay? I have 2 easy ways to get started. Less than 1 minute, okay? The first way, up here, our website, travelagentworkshop.com. And please use my sponsor ID, Always Shine Bright, okay? The second way is a text code. Text the word workshop to the number 281-767-9711. And again, reference my sponsor ID, Always Shine Bright, okay? Listen. The workshop is free. It's a free 3-day workshop, which gives you all the information on how to get started to become a travel business owner. Okay. Any questions that you have will get answered within that workshop. Okay. So let me meet you on the money making side of travel, where you can turn your passion into your paycheck.
Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Chef D-Nail. Over here, guess who's cooking? Good cooking, good eating, good living. Y'all know how we do it every Sunday about this time, man. We're going to get straight to it. We got the chicken and dumplings, all right? We got the perch fish, with the mac and cheese, with the yams, with the 5 cheese toast over here on the Texas side. And of course, we got the world famous turkey tips, all right? We also got, on this one, we got the greens with the turkey tails, and we got the spaghetti. You already know what time it is, man. Hit the link, 773-992-4737 is the phone number to place your order every Sunday, all right? And you can hit us up on the Cash App to make payments at Guess Who's Cooking, the number 2. All right. You can hit the www.guesswho'scooking on the World Wide Web. You can catch us on Facebook Marketplace under Guess Who's Cooking. And of course on TikTok, man, at Guess Who's Cooking. Come on down. Get your orders.
Give me shame, I give you peace from underneath. Give me mind and being light to reignite. Can you open up the doors to let me in? Can you open up the doors to let me in? You could put the heart inside, don't top my head. As I sing the love inside from out my mouth. Tell me what you need to find. Tell me now. Tell me what you need to find.
Yeah. Shout out to my higher now, Yahweh. Shout out to Dark Side for this beat. All praises to my higher now, Yahweh, the house of Israel. Put your hands on your heart for your God. We gonna roll with Yahweh. What? He's out higher now. Yeah. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. Come on. We gonna roll with Yahweh. Yeah. He's out higher now. What? We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. We gonna roll with Yahweh. He's out higher now. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. We gonna roll with Yahweh. Come on. He's out higher now. Come on. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. We gonna roll with Yahweh, he's out higher now. There's none greater than the God Yahweh. Every day he show us his power, and these storms, man, they devour. He has bodies, man, every hour. Life is sour, but he brings power. And his son, yes, we do honor. He's our father, a mighty father. And you defile us, why even bother? All you wicked ass men that started these powers, but he's the problem solver. Man, these scriptures hit like a revolver. Shrapnel in your face like a bomber. Daughters of Zion, let's go warn her that the Lord God is about to abhor her. Wait, hold up. This is the reason why I'm living, and the reason why I'm even in existence is to please Hayanawa and to show Hayanawa that we have truly repented. Ain't no reason for a brother to come up the camp at the front like he got still. But if a real little brother by the will of the Yahweh, your camp, he might just fail. Wait, hold up. We gonna roll with Yahweh. He's out higher now. What? We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. Yeah. We gonna roll with Yahweh. He's out higher now. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. Come on. We gonna roll with Yahweh. Yeah. He's out higher now. Let's go. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. Hallelujah. We gonna roll with Yahweh. He's out higher now. We gonna roll with Yahweh, and his name is full of power. Who the hell said Yahweh ain't real? Don't make a cop back or the steal. Make you clap like you was a seal, or a pig to the slaughter you squeal. Like the devils in the Bible it revealed. White women walk past you like ill. To the devils in the crowd and send chills. Hop back in your post and just peel. White people walk up and they cry, trying to say that the Bible ain't right. But the Bible said the devil gonna fry, and the Bible said the devil is a lie. You should the devil touch the apple of his eye. Coronavirus that you modify. Better scripture that I scream for the Lord. Angel call upon y'all like a sword. Hold up. This is the reason why I'm living, and the reason why I'm even in existence is to please Hayanawa and to show Hayanawa that we have truly repented. There's no reason for our brother just to come up the camp at the front like he got still. Cause if it's real, then the brother by the will of Yahweh, your gap might just peel. Wait, hold up. We gonna roll.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, family, can I be heard?
Gone.
Shalom, 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 can I be heard? Shalom, 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 can I be heard? God. All right, so once again, can I be heard? Okay. Goodbye, Ash, we good?
Gone.
Con.
Loud and clear.
All right, shalom, family. Yahaba Shemi Shabakathum to the Akim. Yahaba Shemi Shemar Thun to the Akwafium, to our sisters. Shabbat Shalom, Wa Ashar Shabbat, happy Sabbath. Salakia, y'all, I know we almost an hour in, but we was experiencing some technical difficulties. We still get this thing together, so Salakia about that. But we're just gonna get right into it since we're running a little late already. So today's topic is gonna be Romans 11 revisited. Romans 11 revisited. A lot of times in these last days, there's controversial topics in Israel. You know, I don't like to get into the sensationalism and the doctrine pride and things of that nature, but there seems to be we're caught like in between two major situations with doctrine in these last days. On the one end, you have a lot of Israelite camps and groups that they just want to make everybody an Israelite in the Bible. Every scenario is about Israel or scattered Israel or those are Israelites. Like the Most High didn't deal with the heathen on a certain level at certain times, but Israel is still his chosen people. Then on the other hand, you have Israel that's slipping into now trying to make the Gentiles or these other nations equal in proximity to salvation with Israel. So that's where a lot of the confusion is coming in. But the foundation doctrine has always been salvation of rulership to Israel first. And then the nations, they're going to bow down and serve the God of Israel through the Israelites. That's always been a doctrine. I'm hearing now one West this and this was never, and no, that's a lie. Brothers have selective hearing. So you have a lot of this popular doctrine of making everyone an Israelite in the Bible. Like the Most High didn't speak to and use and even have the heathen put in certain positions at certain times for his purpose. All right, so we're going to go back over Romans 11. I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, HRI Atlanta. All right, shout out to HRI Atlanta. HRI Atlanta did this class, very good class. Go back and watch that class. Excellent class. It was sharp. It was right to the point. It was brothers didn't have to go all over the place. They kept right to the precepts. And I'm gonna revisit those same precepts today and a few more to show you the original understanding of Romans 11 that we were taught and learned from the original elders in One West. So to HOI and to all of Israel, you don't have to try to make everybody and every scenario in the Bible about Israel or scattered Israel or Northern Kingdom. You don't have to do that. You're not taking away from Israel being the chosen and ruling nation and the racial hierarchy of us as a people over the other nations. There were times in the Bible where the Lord dealt with the heathens on a certain level. He spoke to them. He showed favor to them in certain cases. He used them to help Israel. He got them in power over us now. So don't just get this blinder like The Most High didn't create other nations for his purpose and to deal with them with his purpose, for his purpose, Salakia. So, Romans 11, Paul is speaking in a way where he's addressing mainly Israel. Israel is always the foundation, but he's using the prophecy of what the Most High was going to do with the natural Gentiles by bringing them in and actually having them live as us in these last days, where the world don't look at us as the Jews and the Israelites. It looks at Amalek, the so-called white man, and these other nations. And that was prophetic. And don't be scared of that. Everything don't have to be northern kingdom, southern kingdom. That's talking about scattered Israelites, northern kingdom. And this is not to disparage what other camps or brothers believe in, because I understand where they're coming from with the scattered Israelite, the northern and southern kingdom being brought back together, but you're going to understand it's deeper than that. Paul is speaking beyond that. He's speaking how the Most High was going to use the Gentiles to actually take our place in this world in these last days. To the world, not actually take our place. Because the nations can never take our place as the Lord's chosen people. But he was going to put the Gentiles in a certain position to show Israel, I'm angry with you. Look what I can do. I can take the worst of the heathen and set them up and put you under them, where the world looks at you as nothing. So that's what we're going to deal with today. Khan?
Khan.
Well, I can't hear everybody, but all praises. So real quick, to the best of my ability, I'm going to give you the original understanding from One West. So first and foremost, let's go to 2 Timothy 3:14. Start with 2 Timothy 3:14. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and 14.
Khan, this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 14.
Read.
Alexander, the coppersmith, did me much evil.
2 Timothy 3:14.
That's it.
You sure?
Oh no, you're right. All right, Khan. All right, 2 Timothy 3:14.
Yeah, read that.
But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Right, continue in the things that thou hast learned and were assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Meaning, we know at a certain point, our elders, they were in the spirit and teaching us the truth of this Bible to the best of their understanding that we understood. And certain things we were taught from the foundation, we still understand today. We still see it the same way today. It's not about being stubborn and proud and, oh, you stuck in the old breakdowns, you just don't want to see it. No. The scriptures say, be assured. And remember, in Ephesians, Paul said, don't be tossed to and fro about with every doctrine. You got to hold fast. We're going to get that in a minute also. So you got to be grounded and understand what you're reading in these scriptures and not just gravitate to any new doctrine that comes along. And like I said, that's not no slight or to knock other, but whatever brothers want to believe in, that they spirit show them that they see, that's fine. We just respectfully disagree. So this is not about competition. This is not about doctrine pride. This is not about being better or having more wisdom than other brothers. It's just a difference in understanding. Like Paul said in Corinthians, we see through a glass right now. But when Yahweh shall come, all things are going to be made clear. So when Yahweh shall return, and I say this with all humility, whoever's right, Yahweh shall going to show us. And if you was not purposely just falsely teaching this doctrine, like some are suspected of, then Yahweh Shah is going to say, hey, this is the correct understanding, and that's it. All right, that's it. But you have to go by what your spirit shows you and what you're assured of. All right, read on.
And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures,
Right, when you came
which
into
are
this,
able.
Salakia, when you came into this truth in a childlike state, all right, and then eventually you grew, like it tell you in Hebrews, you grow on to perfection. Go ahead.
And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai.
Read on.
All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Right, now go from there to Revelation chapter 2. Go to Revelation chapter 2. And start at 25.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Right. Yahushua said, hold fast till he come. What is one of the things we hold fast to is the understanding that you have of these scriptures. Hold on, hold firm to that. Also hold fast to doing the work, keeping the commandments, having faith. But you hold fast to what? The understanding that you have. All right. Hold that. Go to Ephesians 4 now. Hold Revelation 2. We're going to go back to Revelation 2. Go to Ephesians 4. And I started 13. Ephesians 4:13. Read that.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 13. Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahushai.
Right. So we're going to come into the unity of the faith and the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, which is Yahushai. So we all going to come into that unity anyway. Can we try to the best of our ability in these last days? Yes, because when you check it out, Paul said, 1 Corinthians 1 and 10, let's speak all the same things in Yahushai to the best of our ability. And if we're not teaching the same exact doctrine, let's all speak brotherhood and love and the pursuing of the kingdom in Yahushai. That's the oneness in Yahushai also. See, a lot of times, 1 Corinthians 1 and 10, shout out to Yahweh and Sons of Thunder. They was going into this when they were talking about we need more brotherhood and unity in the nation. When you read about Paul, what Paul was really saying in 1 Corinthians 1 and 10 is we got to all speak the same thing in the brotherhood of Yahushai. Even if there might be certain different doctrines, we can all try to come under the same doctrine. That would be beautiful, the same understanding. But at least let's all speak the same in the love of Yahushai. Let's all understand that we are under Yahushai. Like Paul was saying, I am of Apollos, I am of Paul, I am of this one. That's fine. Those are your leaders and elders over your churches. But essentially, we got to all be one in Yahweh and Yahushai. That don't mean you don't still respect your leaders, your elders, your senior men, whatever. But the oneness is under the brotherhood of Yahushai. And that's going to be complete with the knowledge and the doctrine at Yahushai's return. Read on in Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Right. And some brothers, they twist and turn the doctrine in craftiness. They just want to make everybody an Israelite and the Bible just to say, look, whenever a Christian try to challenge you on any Gentile argument, just say that's an Israelite. So now it makes the Gentile argument easier to try to make not every brother, so nobody gets simple. I'm not saying that's the case. Some brothers, they just study and that's the understanding they come to, and that's beautiful. Brothers are scholarly and they got their studies and that's the understanding they come to. Although we may not agree, some brothers are doing it in sincerity and truth, and that's just what they see. But some brothers have just made, after certain splits and certain elders divided, certain brothers felt the need. Some of the Gentile scriptures, it was getting kind of rough when Christians would come up and challenge brothers. So it's like, that got to be talking about Israelites. Because if we admit that it's talking about Gentiles, then it seems like we're saying the Gentiles can receive equal salvation with Israel. No. You got to know the place of the Gentiles and what the Most High used them for from the beginning of time to these last days. So that's what was going on. But well, look, we just going to say everybody's an Israelite to make it in. Those are Israelites, scattered Israelites. No. You can admit that they're heathens and say, listen, the Most High was dealing with them on a certain level, but not with equal salvation to the Israelites. They don't get rulership of the kingdom with us. They're going to serve the Most High. We got to say this a million times. They're going to serve the Most High, but under Israel as the ruling nation. But don't ever be afraid. I'm going to repeat this a million times because this Gentile thing, it just gets out of hand. Scriptures that are obviously talking about the other natural Gentiles, you want to make that an Israelite or a scattered Israelite or a northern kingdom. All right, you don't have to do that to understand these scriptures. So that's what's been going on over the years. A lot of this stuff was never taught from the original foundation of the school. All right, so go from there. Go back to Revelation 2. Go back to Revelation 2 and 25 again.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Come on.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Right, it says, to him will I give power over the nations, but hold fast till Yahweh returns. All right, who's controlling the scriptures? I need a little, when I call the scripture, y'all need a little minute to put it up on the screen. Khan? See, this damn StreamYard is different. It's different from Zoom. You can't immediately interact with everybody. But you got to give and take. Everything is a trade-off.
Right.
Yeah, everything is
Want me to give them a minute?
Huh?
Want me to give them a minute to get the scripture up before I read it?
Yeah, because it seems like as we're going to the scripture, they're just getting there. Everything is a trade-off. Technology, man. See, with the Zoom, everybody could just chime in, bow, we right there interacting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's the trade-off. Y'all know elders old school. All right, so that's it on that. Let's go, let's get into it. Romans 11. Romans 11 and 1. Now again, like I said, there's a class, and sometimes if it's not broke, you don't have to fix it. There's a class that HOI Atlanta did with some of the brothers are no longer part of HOI or HOI Atlanta, but some brothers were still in the body back then, along with Shawapar, Yinya, Ari, and they did an excellent class on Romans the 11th chapter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I just want to revisit it with all this stuff about Gentiles and everything that's going on. Romans 11:1.
Come on, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people?
Salakia,
God,
let me set it up. All right, so Romans 11, right? Yes, it is speaking to Israel mainly. Paul is speaking in, like Paul do. You know, Paul's, you know, that's why Peter, we're going to get that later. Peter said Paul's writings are not easily be understood. They're not meant to be. Paul speaks in depth. He speaks in riddles, righteous riddles, what I choose to call it. And you got to really understand what he's saying when he's speaking. But there is a portion where he is speaking to the natural Gentiles, and he's telling them what was going to happen. But the message is mainly to show Israel that that was prophecy. The Most High didn't forsake you as a people, although he's going to use the heathen for this certain purpose. And you heathens, don't get proud and puffed up, because the Lord used y'all mainly as a punishment towards his own people, and to show y'all that y'all going to eventually serve the God of Israel under them when the roles are reversed back again. So that's what's going on in Romans 11. All right, Romans 11:1, read.
Come on, it's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right, so Paul said, let's get it straight from the beginning, from the jump. The Most High didn't cast away his people because, like I tell you in Thessalonians, there was going to be a falling away, right? Because a lot of Israel rejected the Most High. They rejected Yahweh. They rejected the prophets. They rejected the gospel. But that doesn't mean the Lord cast away his people. All right? Paul is like, look, y'all can't kick us when we down, because the Most High going to have us get back up. So let's get that straight. From the jump, we still the Lord's people. No matter what, the Netanyahu, Netanyahu, they can sit up there and the whole world could think that they the Jews and Israelites. But Paul is saying right here, all the way back then, after the death of Yahushua, that the Most High never forsook his people. He didn't cast us away. So don't get it twisted. No matter what he does with the Gentiles, how he used them, Israel is still here, and we're still his people, and a remnant of us are still serving him. Read it again from the top.
I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? God forbid.
Right, Yahweh forbid, meaning no. All right, go ahead.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
And right, that's heavy. That first verse, Paul is saying so much. That first verse can be a whole lesson within itself. Paul is letting you know right there, there's a racial hierarchy. Right there in that first verse. In the first line, he said, have the Lord cast away his people. So the subject matter is, who's the Lord's people? Then he comes back and said, the Most High forbid me to know. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So he's letting you know the chosen people are the Israelites. Right? That's it. Close the book. Drop the mic. That's it. All right. All right. Read on.
Yahweh have not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Right. Yahweh, the Most High, have not cast away his people that he foreknew. We're reading the second verse now. So Paul is letting you know what? The Most High didn't cast away Israel. Real quick, let's get a precept to prove that. Go to Baruch chapter 4, verse 6 in the Apocrypha. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. This is the link with Romans 11:1 and the beginning of 2. Real quick, Baruch 4 and 6.
Khan, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6.
Hold on, let him post it.
Khan. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Yea, were sold to the nations, not for destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. Yea, were delivered unto the enemies.
It's read it again.
Yea, were sold to the nations.
It's
not for,
it's ye.
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
Right. So the Most High is telling Israel right here. Matter of fact, let's just start at verse 1 to get the understanding.
Khan.
Right. Start at verse 1. Baruch 4.
Verse 1.
Hold on, let him put it up on the screen. All right, Aria, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Khan.
All right, give me a time check. Let me know when it's 2 o'clock.
Okay, Khan.
All right, sure. All right, Baruch 4 and 1. Read that, Gabar Ash.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
I mean, that's clear right there. And that shows you the law is not done away with. Even though this is the Apocrypha, the extension of the so-called Old Testament, it said what? The law endureth forever. And Paul says that in Romans 7. Paul said, know ye not that the law have dominion over a man forever? So the law is not done away with. All right, read on verse 2.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Right, so who's the real Illuminati? The children of Israel. We're the real illuminated ones because what? Like I tell you in Proverbs 6, the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. The true illumination and righteous light of the world is the law, statutes, and commandments through the Israelites. That's why we're going to be a light to all the world and all the nations and all the Gentiles. And the Most High said what? Every nation going to come and bow down before the God of Israel, the children of Israel, and obey these laws, statutes, and commandments, because we're going to be the light of the entire planet, earth, and universe. Okay?
God.
That was our position. That's what was given to us as the chosen people. So we're truthfully, you got the Illuminati on the left-hand side, the Rothschilds and the 13 families, the black popes, all right, and the different witches and warlocks of Esau on the left-hand side. They're the light of the world on the left-hand side. Right? They and they control everything. They control Hollywood, the media, these rappers, right? They got Papoose freestyling against 50 Cent. I heard you part of the Illuminati. Just all kinds of, I heard you work for the Illuminati, right? But they do. Not every rapper or actor or whatever, but they control this world because what? They're seen as the light of this world on the negative side. But truthfully, the true illuminated ones are the children of Israel that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We're the true Illuminati. Oh, Elder, we the Illuminati now? Before anybody gets simple. Not on the left-hand side, on the righteous side.
Right.
You just read it.
The 12 family.
Illuminati is just a root word of illuminated.
Right.
So what's the real illumination? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Read on verse 3. Baruch 4 and 3.
God, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Right. Keep our integrity as the chosen people of the Lord. But as we're going to see in Romans 11, the Most High punished us by allowing the Gentiles to damn near take our position. And we cursed on the bottom now. And they're at top. The world looks at them as the Jews and the Israelites. Why? Because the Lord said I was going to do that as a punishment to y'all because y'all rejected me. All right, read on.
O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us.
Right, and no matter what level Esau and the other nations come to in this society, they could never top the children of Israel. We're still his chosen people, and that's why now the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is being given back to us, and we're going to surpass Esau and the other nations because we're the chosen people. Come on.
Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel.
Come on.
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
See that? The Lord said we were sold not for our destruction, but because we moved the Most High to anger. All right, that's why. Good. All right, that's why we was sold. But like Paul said, he didn't cast away his people. Just otherwise, that's mine. All right, he didn't cast away his people. All right, meaning what? We were not destroyed to the point where the Most High is totally not dealing with us anymore. We were not sold to the nations. We didn't fall as a people for our destruction, but because we moved the Most High to wrath and anger. We provoked him to jealousy, so he said, I'm going to get y'all back. I'm going to use the heathen to provoke y'all to jealousy, to make y'all want to come back to me. Kind?
Kind.
Read on, verse 7.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh.
Check that out. The Lord said, you sacrifice to devils. So guess what? I'm going to take the devil. I'm going to take not a Jew, Netanyahu, and put him over y'all. I'm going to put them in a position where the world sees them as the Jews and Israelites. That's what it's talking about. Kind?
Kind.
All right. Go back to, no, from there, get one more. Go to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 47 and 6. Isaiah 47 and 6. We're going to read verses 6 through 9. Just right to the point.
God. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
See that? The Lord said he was wroth with his people and given us into the hand of Esau and the other nations, of course. But going back to Paul, the Most High have not cast away his people. No matter what he did to Israel, he still loved us and kept a remnant of us that was going to serve him throughout all generations and bring the rest of that remnant to serve him in these last days. Read on.
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right, and that's mainly speaking about Esau. Esau said, I'm going to be a lady, I'm going to be dainty. I'm going to be a lady, an untouched woman forever. And this is going into later on when the Most High told the Gentiles not to boast against the natural branches. But I don't want to jump the gun. But what's part of the way Esau boasted? One of the ways Esau boasted is he said, listen, I will rule forever. I'm going to be a lady forever. I'm untouchable. I'm not going to be touched. God put me in this position and I'm going to reign forever. That was part of their boasting. But like I said, I don't want to jump the gun. We're going to deal with that later. Read on.
Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Good.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
See that? The Lord said, you're going to be judged, Esau. You're going to see the loss of children and widowhood. You're going to die in the wars. Your United States servicemen going to die in Iran and all these other wars. They're talking about bringing back the draft. All these things, man. So the Lord said, what? I was wroth with my people. I polluted my inheritance. I did punish Israel. But don't think it's sweet, Esau and the other nations. I'm going to return and have favor on them. And guess what? I'm going to destroy you and put them back in power. And you're going to have to serve me through them. Go ahead. All right, so go back to Romans 11 and read 2 again. That's the show, real quick, where Paul said the Most High didn't cast away his people. And like I said, that's a lesson within itself. Many scriptures to show that, but I just want to get 2 to get to the point. All right, we're going to accelerate a little bit for the sake of time. We're not going to rush the spirit, but we want to get through this whole chapter, mainly the key points. All right, so Romans 11 and 2.
Romans 11 and 2. Yahweh have not cast away his people which ye foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elias? How he maketh intercession to Yahweh against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Right. Go to 1 Kings 19 and 9. Let's get that account real quick. 1 Kings chapter 19 and verse 9. First Kings 19 and 9. This is what Paul is speaking about. All right. And a lot of these Christians, they want to New Testament, New Testament, New Testament. Don't you know Yahushua, Paul, the apostles, they all quoted the Old Testament. It tells you in Luke that the law and the prophets was written of Yahushua. So you got to have the old with the new. The scriptures say Yahushua comes in a volume of the book. It is written of him. Genesis to Revelation. Read 1 Kings 19 and 9.
It's the book of 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 9. And he came thither unto a cave and lodged there. And behold,
the he is Elijah. This is talking about Elijah. Elijah was no joke, man. When you read about Elijah, and Elijah had thought that all the prophets have been wiped out. So he went on a journey and came to a cave, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Good.
And he came thither unto a cave and lodged there. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him. And he said unto him, What doest thou here, Elijah?
Good.
And he said, I have been very jealous for the Lord God of hosts, for the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thine altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. And I, even I only, am left, and they seek my life to take it away.
Right, during the time of Jezebel. This was during the time of Jezebel. And he said, look, I'm jealous over the fact that Israel hates their power so much and want to be into idolatry and serving other gods so much that they slew all the prophets, so Elijah thought. They slew all the prophets, and I'm the only one left, and they trying to kill me. Now, where did Elijah get that spirit from? The Most High. Remember the Most High, we just read in Baruch 4, he said, they provoked me by sacrificing unto devils. So guess what? We should have the mind of the Most High. So Elijah is saying, listen, I got the mind and the spirit of the Most High. I'm jealous of what I'm seeing Israel do. They don't want to serve their power. They want to serve these other gods. And that's part of the prophecy also that we're going to read in Deuteronomy later on. Like I said, I don't want to jump the gun, but it's all connected. Right? Elijah said, look, I got the same spirit the Most High have. Right? David said, look, I hate them that hate thee, Lord. Same spirit. So he said, look, man, I can't stand what my people is doing. They rather kill off the men of the Lord and serve these other idols. They provoke the Lord with devils, sacrificing the devils and idols. Right? And this damn Jezebel false prophetess is seducing them. Right? Read on.
And he said, go forth and stand upon the mount before the Lord. And behold, the Lord passed by, and a great and strong wind rent the mountains and brake in pieces the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake.
Meaning he didn't come to speak to Elijah yet. That was still by the power of the Lord, but he didn't come. He's not speaking directly to Elijah through the earthquake and the wind. Good.
And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice.
So the Lord said, look, after all that power I'm going to show you, I'm going to come and talk to you quietly. I'm going to talk to you in a still small voice, calmly. See that the Most High is showing, I got all the master. I can do earthquake, fire, strong wind. But guess what? I'm going to come and talk to you nice and calm down. The Most High don't always have to come to us with so much force. That's what it's saying. Right, go ahead.
And it was so, when Elijah heard it, that he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood in the entering of the cave. And behold, there came a voice unto him and said, what doest thou here, Elijah?
Come on.
And he said, I have been very jealous for the Lord God of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thine altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. And I, even I only, am left, and they seek my life to take it away.
Right. So what Elijah was essentially saying was, I'm the only one left. And once they kill me, there's no men of the Lord left. There's no prophets of the Lord left. Right. So he was like, look, I'm jealous with the power, with the jealousy of the Most High over what my people are doing. Right. Come on.
And the Lord said unto him, go return on thy way to the wilderness of Damascus. And when thou comest, anoint Hazael to be king over Syria. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi, shalt thou anoint to be king over Israel. And Elisha, the son of Shaphat, of Abimaloha, shalt thou anoint to be prophet in thy room.
Right. So the one thing we got to understand, the man or the prophet of the Lord on the earth, you're like the top person on the earth because you're the spokesman of the Most High. He said, you're going to go and anoint this one king over Syria, this one king over Israel. You're going to anoint this one to be a prophet. See, technically, even though you got presidents and leaders and things of that nature, the prophet and the servant of the Most High is actually the top person on the earth because you deal directly with the Most High. Okay?
God.
All right, read on.
And it shall come to pass that him that escapeth the sword of Hazael shall Jehu slay, and him that escapeth from the sword of Jehu shall Elisha slay.
Go ahead.
Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which hath not kissed him.
See that? So the Lord said, look, I have left, I preserved. Don't worry, Elijah, I got more men. And 7,000 can also represent completion. So the Most High, like he was telling Paul, Paul was using the story of Elijah to show, listen, just when you think the Lord has forgotten and forsook all his people, he always got a remnant. Kind?
Kind.
All right, go back to Romans 11 and 4. Romans 11 and 4.
Con, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right. So Paul is just repeating what happened in 1 Kings 19. Read on.
Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Right. The Lord said, what? Even to this present time, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. So these first few verses of Romans, Paul is letting it be known, listen, don't get it twisted. You natural Gentiles, no matter what the Most High do to his people, he's always got a remnant. He always kept a remnant that was going to serve him. And like I said, that 7,000 also goes into completion. The Most High always had a complete remnant of Israel throughout all generations. Throughout all generations. All right. Look at Harriet Tubman. They called her the female Moses. Right. What did our people say in slavery? Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. All right. They got movies where they show you throughout Western time and certain times, the tribes of Israel were black. All right. That Western movie, I forget the name of it. They always show you throughout history and time, there was always a remnant. Do you know in the early 1900s, the truth exploded like in the late 60s, early 70s. But in the early 1900s, they got records of people standing on ladders in Harlem telling the people that you're the real Jews and Israelites. Before we really, when I say we, meaning the One West and our elders and the men really came out on the street and start teaching heavily on the corners like in the 70s and 80s when the camps really exploded, but there was always a remnant. Right? I got an old document where this sister says she came to New York in 1918 and she seen black men on ladders. They used to stand on ladders, and they show you that in the movie Malcolm X. Standing on ladders saying, y'all not Christians, y'all not Africans, y'all the real Jews back in 1918. So there was always a remnant. Yeah, we know our elders told us the truth exploded during the 70s, mainly the 80s. The camps really exploded like in the 80s, but going far back as the 70s. I met some brothers from Bed-Stuy that said their elders were standing on the corners in Bed-Stuy in the 60s with turbans on their head telling the people that they the real Jews. But what the understanding grew throughout, certain understanding they didn't really have back then, like the tribes and other things, but they knew certain of the ancient dress code. Some of them might have been wearing tassels like Amalek, but they knew that we were the Israelites, and they was going on the street corners teaching the people. The camps is not really new. It's just the camps and the One West style camps exploded more in the 80s, mainly in the 80s, and definitely like in the early 90s and, it just opened up after that. Camps everywhere now. Or, teaching more boldly on the street. But you had remnants of our elders that was doing it for years, all throughout the 1900s, possibly even the late 1800s. So there was always a remnant of Israel. Read on.
Verse 6. And if by grace, then is it no more of works?
Salakia, let him put the verse up. Romans 11:6.
Romans 11, verse 6. And if by grace, then is it no more of works? Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace? Otherwise, work is no more work.
Right, because you have to have the grace. You know what I'm saying? There's a remnant according to the election of grace, because if the Most High punished us according to our sins like he should, none of us would be left. So we got to have grace. All right? But you have to have works along with that grace. You can't just say, I'm under grace, the Most High going to save me. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to keep the commandments. I don't have to labor. I don't have to teach. I don't have to show forth any kind of effort. No, they go both together. So Paul is saying it's not just by grace, because then that takes away from the work. Then it's not just by the work, because that takes away from getting grace. Right. Real quick, get St. John 1:17. Everybody understand, Khan?
Khan.
But even though I can't hear everybody, damn it.
I speak for everybody.
Khan. Gabar Ash representing for y'all. Khan. Am I my brothers and sisters keeper? Yes, I am.
Right.
St. John 1:17. Read that.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Hamashiach Yahushai.
So the word law here replaced works, because what? Our works is also the law. Is the actual work, is the keeping of the commandments, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, nationhood. That's all part of the work. All right, but part of the works is keeping the law. Now, we know Paul said by the works of the law, no man is justified, but you have to keep the law to show your works and show your faith. They go hand in hand. All right, Khan?
Khan.
All right, go to back to Romans 11:7 now.
Khan.
Romans 11:7.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Do y'all hear muffled sound?
Khan. Staticky.
Static.
Mm-hmm.
Now y'all hear that?
Yes, still there.
It's still there.
Yup.
Oh man, I don't know where it's coming from. Let me see something. Salakia, goodbye. I say something for a minute. I'm gonna mute out.
Con. What then, Israel, have not obtained that which ye seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
All right, Khan, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I still hear static. Yep.
You still hear static?
Yep.
1 second. One second. Let me try something. How about now? How about now?
Yep. Yeah, I still hear it.
I'm gonna have to go out and come back in.
I wonder if it's on my end too. No? No.
How about now?
Say something?
How about now?
Yeah, it is, but not as much. I think you're good now. Let me not well, yeah, it's a little bit. It's not like it was before though.
How about now?
Just
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
How's the static?
You good right now. Sound good. Go ahead.
I sound good now?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Some people saying no, some people saying yeah. It sounds fine to me. How about now? Can y'all hear me now?
That's much better, but
all right. Aria, do I go out and just log back in?
no, that's it. You good now. Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing now, right?
Nope.
Okay, I still hear a little bit, but it's much better. What y'all think? I think it's better.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so we're gonna roll with it now. Worst come
Yeah,
to
you
worst.
good.
Worst come to worst,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. Worst case scenario. But read on Romans 11 and 7.
Con, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Right, a lot of times our people, they just can't find the Most High. Right, but the election have found the Most High, have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Even sometimes that's why people leave the truth. Because sometimes people come into the truth and they still can't find themselves. They still don't know what to do with themselves. They get bored with the truth. I don't think this is for me. Israel is wicked. They make all kinds of excuses. So if you can't find it here, you ain't gonna find it nowhere. The election found it though. That's what the Most High said. He gave certain people eyes that they can see. You know, a lot of times I see people in the truth and they just lost. Somebody sound like traffic in the background. Sound like somebody driving. Go on mute. All right, read on. Romans 11:8.
According as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day.
Unto this day, some of our people are asleep. And Paul was letting it be known. That's why he had to set it up from the beginning. Listen, don't think nothing changed. The Most High, nothing has changed. We're still his chosen people. But there is a portion that the Most High allowed to fall asleep. All right. A lot of our people, you got that small remnant, and you had the church coming back then. And Paul was letting you know, even as we read further in the chapter, even some of our people that was lost and fell, they're going to wake up. Don't give up hope on all of them. Some of them are going to even come out of that slumber and sleep and wake up to the truth of the gospel. That's what we hear in these last days, to teach our people and bring them back. Right? Come on.
And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them.
Right. I believe that's Psalm 69. Read Psalm 69, what David spoke about that. A lot of our people, they table as a snare and a trap. A lot of our people, they can't, especially the Christians, the Paul's writings is a snare and a trap unto them. All right, go ahead.
Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always.
Come on.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
Right.
God forbid.
It said, listen, have they stumbled that they should fall? So Paul, he's going in sections here. He's starting out by saying, listen, there's a remnant of righteous Israel. The Lord didn't cast away his people, but a lot of them were blinded and are blinded. A portion of them, and for a certain portion of time. But that have Israel stumbled that they should fall? Right? Good.
God forbid. But rather, through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
See that? Now, this is where Paul's getting a little controversial. He said, through the Israelites' fall, salvation came unto the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. All right. Why is Paul saying that? Because what? He said, all right. He said, our fall is going to be the salvation of the Gentiles to provoke us to jealousy. All right. Why? Because the Most High said, you want to set and look up to these nations and set them up over you. So I'm going to put these nations over you. The world going to see them. I'm going to flip the script. So the first video I want you to get, Aria, is get the video of Netanyahu with the black Christian guy. Aria, you can hear me?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah,
we got it. Me, our Paul got it.
Get that quick video with Netanyahu and the black Jewish guy. And I know Gabar asked you got a precept, right?
Khan.
I can. Read that, Aria. Show that video real quick.
Salaki, you talking about the one with the genocide?
No. The one with him and the Jake sitting down.
Okay.
Him and the Jake is sitting down next to him.
All right, let me get that one.
Now check this out. I'm gonna just show some light examples. Nothing too crazy, but check out this small, quick example of how we felt as a nation. Salvation came to the Gentiles, meaning each of the other nations, they got rulership and they even sit up as if they're God's people. Now, somehow, some brothers, they get the northern and the southern kingdom out of this. I don't see that. Salakia, I don't see that. No disrespect to nobody, no doctrine pride, but I don't see how the fall of the southern kingdom became the salvation of the northern kingdom. Because some breakdowns say that the Gentiles here is talking about the northern kingdom to provoke the southern kingdom to jealousy. I don't get that. To me, that doesn't make sense. Okay?
God. Don't.
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get.
I had a conversation with
No, not that one. That's gonna be one. That's gonna be for the next verse. The one where is Netanyahu with the Israeli flag behind him, and he's sitting down with a Christian Jake. It's a short video, quick video, I think from Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, Salaki, Elder. I don't think you gave me the one for the TikTok.
All right, whichever one I gave you, it's a video. Is Netanyahu sitting down with a Jake?
Check that one.
It's in your. It should be in your Facebook Messenger.
Let me scroll. Yeah, I'm still looking on that one.
Look through your Facebook.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one for Facebook. That's the one for Facebook. Okay, I see
Okay,
it.
yeah. You know, Facebook, TikTok is out.
God.
Go ahead.
All right, I see that one. Let me lock that in. Let me play that one real quick. Like, yeah, brother, don't delay the stoning of Netanyahu, goddamn it. Speed the process up.
Yeah, play that one.
All right, I'm playing that right now. Play that right now. All right. There we go.
All right, yeah, it's a quick video. Play that one real quick.
God.
Talk to the majority of Christians. Talk to them. You'll see what they say. They say Israel is the only place where we're respected and protected.
And I can attest to that as a Christian who went to Israel. I spent 2 weeks there with the church, and we had an incredible time. We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors, and immediately after there was an adult that came by and said, "That's not a representation of who we are. you know, we love you guys. You guys are always welcome here. And I have to say, no adults gave us any grief. We had no issues whatsoever.
Play it one more time.
Okay, Khan.
Talk to the majority of Christians. Talk to them. You'll see what they say. They say Israel is the only place where we're respected and protected.
And I can attest to that as a Christian who went to Israel. I spent 2 weeks there with the church, and we had an incredible time. We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors, and immediately after there was an adult that came by and said, "That's not a representation of who we are. You know, we love you guys. You guys are always welcome here." And I have to say, no adults gave us any grief. We had no issues whatsoever.
All right, there's a
Yeah, there's a little echo. I see it.
yeah, there's a little echo. Okay, did y'all see that?
Khan.
All right, now, basically, Netanyahu is sitting his proud ass up there. Where did you? Y'all know the mentality of the Christians, especially a lot of black Judite Christians. See, those the Jews over there, those are God's chosen people, and we the Gentiles.
Right.
So Jake just sat there and said only one child spit on us. We were welcome over there. And a subservient, like us Christians are subservient to you guys because you're the real Jews and the chosen people of God. And Netanyahu sitting up there like, yeah, whenever the Christians come to Israel, we show them nothing but love. You see that? Why? Because now the world sees Esau and our people. That's why I use that video of a Jake. Y'all see Jake's spirit like, oh, we only got spit on one time by a child. Why did that damn child spit on you? Because the Rebbe is teaching him that, look, nobody is above us. We are the chosen people. Everybody is spittle to us.
Right.
Khan? It said through our fall, salvation came unto the Gentiles. They are seen as the chosen people now, and we're on the bottom. A Negro Christian is saying, oh, only one little Jew boy spit on us. Because what in their mind, some Rebbe taught that little Jew boy that everybody else is spit. We are the chosen people. And especially the Negro. The Negro is spit.
That's right.
So they're set up and seen as the Lord's chosen people while we're spit. Khan? Go to 2nd Ezra 6:54 though. All they did was reverse the roles. All they did was reverse the roles. Go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
Hey, Salaki Elders, 206 right now. Just to give you a time
206.
check.
Okay, Khan. We good. 206. Okay, good time. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
The book of he can let him put it up. Want to pull out that precept while he pull it up?
Khan,
this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 21.
hold that, Gabar. Ash, hold that precept. We're gonna get to that one. But go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 54 real quick. Hold Deuteronomy 32:21. We're gonna get to that. And Salakia, Arya is set up. While he's doing that, get the next video where the rabbi said the blacks are slaves. I think is a picture and a video I sent you. Rabbi Bright Switch or whatever the hell his name is. I think it's a video and a pic I sent you of that. But 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
See that? It said Adam, we all come out of Adam, but the chosen people also come out of Adam. So there's a distinction there. That's why Paul said in Romans 11, in the beginning, the Lord didn't cast away his chosen people. He said that in the first verse. Let's get it clear. But there's going to be a role reversal because you made me angry, so I'm going to punish you by putting the devil over you. Now, Jake, that's more likely a Judite. More likely than not, that's a Judite sitting next to Benjamin Netanyahu. You're the real Jew and Israelite, but you go to Israel and you're looked at as spit. And you got to look up to him as if they're the chosen people of the Most High in the land that they have stolen. But the Most High did that for our punishment. But the roles are going to be reversed back, and we're going to become back into our natural state as the chosen people. Read on. This ain't hard to understand. Salaki, this ain't hard to understand. Khan. You don't have to try to make everybody an Israelite. All right, read on.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Come on.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
See that? You see how the roles reverse?
God.
The Jake said only one little boy spit on us. So it's a role reversal. Then we're supposed to be looking at them as spit. You're supposed to have a little Judite boy spitting on a damn Amalekite saying, get the hell out of here. But it's a role reversal now. Through our fall, salvation came to the Gentiles. The world is deceived that the white man is the real Jew. To this day, when we go out and say we're the real Jews, people look at us crazy. No, the Jews are the white people in Israel. All right, because the Lord did that. He said he was going to put that in the earth to provoke us to jealousy. Come on.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Come on.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Come on.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
We're given over into their hands. They're the spittle. But now, the real Jew, the real Israelite from the tribe of Judah, he said, oh, it's good that only one little Israeli boy spit on us. We're given over into their hands now. When we fell, salvation came to them. They're in their salvation now. Right? Come on.
If the world now be made for our sakes,
if the world is made for our sake, go ahead.
Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
See that? So the spittle, the role reversal of the Lord calling the nation spittle got reversed on us. When we fell, salvation came to the Gentiles. Now, I know that many not going to agree, but that's just the way the elders in One West taught it, and I still see it today. Go back to Romans 11 and 11. Yeah,
it's the book of Romans.
Jake said only one little boy spit on us.
Right. Crazy.
When the Lord said, all the nations together are spittle. Right? Read that, King. Romans 11 and 11 again.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy.
Right. Go to now get your precept, Gabar Ash.
Con, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 21.
Goodbye. I start at verse 15 to get the understanding. Start at verse 15.
Con.
Good.
He's gonna pull it up.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32, start at 15. Yeah, give him a chance to pull it up.
Mm-hmm. Con, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked.
Right,
Thou art waxed.
Salakia, Jeshurun, it comes from the ancient paleo name Yashawan. If y'all which that's funny because there was a brother by the name of Yashawan. He's a 5-shield general back in 1 West. They had different ranks. One of the top teachers in the school when I came in. The brother was fire. And his name was Yashawan or Jeshurun in English, which means upright one. But in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, it's Yashawan. Fiery brother. And that brother got caught. Guess what he got caught up in? The Gentiles can be saved from a Christian standpoint. See, it's dangerous. The Most High could take the spirit from you. That's why this Gentile salvation thing, that's nothing new. It tell you in Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, there's nothing new under the sun. That's not new. That it been brothers in Israel that been going off with the, okay, I'm going to say equal salvation with Israel. Because the Gentiles get salvation. They get salvation for the plantation. But that's been going on for years. There's nothing new under the sun. All right. So these doctrines, these teachings are going to reinvent themselves every couple of years. There's nothing new under the sun. That brother was a powerful, excellent teacher back in 1 West, but him and some of the leadership back then, they went off into Christian doctrine. They started teaching the nations can be saved with Israel. We're not under the law anymore. You can eat pork. One of the brothers actually left the school, went into that doctrine, and the brother was the story was told that he was at a cookout on the Sabbath, and a man went to eat some pork. He had some pork on his plate, some ribs, some pork chops, whatever they put on the grill, and the brother had a massive heart attack and died. Don't play with the Most High. Do not play with the Most High. And this same brother said, if my daughter want to marry a white man, if my daughter bring home a white man and want to marry him, then that's okay. Christ, that's what Christ died for. And the brother went to eat some pork and had a massive heart attack and died. So don't play with this truth. The Most High said in the Apocrypha, he hates a righteous man that turns to sin. Yes, the Most High dealt with the Gentile. We got to keep reiterating that. He dealt with the heathen on a certain level, but you can't twist the scriptures and start saying they got equal salvation with us and we can love. No. And the law, no, now you playing on the damn slippery slope now. All right, so that's just a little footnote with that name, Jeshurun. It was a brother by the name of Yashawan in the ancient back in the 1 West days. Very powerful teacher and brother, but if the Most High take the spirit from you, all that means nothing. Everything you did in righteousness is going to still be remembered, but it's like it means nothing because the spirit got taken away from you. All right, so read on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Right. Jeshurun is another title for Israel also. It's just talking about Israel because the Most High made us to be the upright ones. All right, read on.
They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger.
See that? We provoke the Most High to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoke they him in anger. Right? Read on.
They sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
Right. Everybody, you can write down 1 Corinthians 10, 20, and 21. The things, mainly 21, the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not unto the Most High. So Deuteronomy 32, 16 and 17 with 1 Corinthians 10, 21. All right, read on.
Of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten Yahweh that formed thee.
Right. So the Most High saying, y'all forgot I'm a jealous power?
Mm-hmm.
Like a man is jealous over his woman. What is Yahushua? Yahushua is the groom and Israel is the bride. Like a man is jealous over his wife. I want another man looking at my wife. I want my wife looking at another man, interested in another man. The same way the Most High is about us. I don't want my chosen people looking at another God to serve him. You only serve me exclusively. Like a man wants his woman to be exclusive with him. And a woman, you know. But that's what the Most High said. It's about me. Y'all went out and got married and committed adultery with other husbands. So we provoked the Most High to anger with foolish and abominable gods. So he provoked us to anger. He said, I'm gonna take the shine from y'all, and I'm gonna take the lowest of the heathen and give it to them. And put y'all in captivity under their feet unto this day. Right, read on.
And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters.
Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Right, the Lord said, I'm going to take the spirit away. I'm going to take my protective realm, my protective hedge, Salakia, from amongst them. I'm going to see what's going to happen to them. Like he said in Hosea, I'm going to go and return to my place so they acknowledge their offense. And their affliction, they will seek me early. We say, damn, the Most High put this devil over us, and we're at the bottom of his feet, and we got to go to Jerusalem and be happy that only one little Jew boy spit on us? Come on, man. I got to move us to want to serve the Most High 10 times more. Right, read on.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
See that? There you go. Go back to Romans 11 and 11. Romans 11 and 11 again. All right, so see that? That's what Paul was saying in Romans 11 and 11. It was the fulfillment of the prophecy of Deuteronomy 32:21. Okay?
Con.
Excellent. And that's the perfect precept. That's the precept right there. That's what Paul is talking about. So now, this is just the way I still understand it. It doesn't make sense that the foolish nation represents Ephraim and the northern kingdom, provoking Judah to jealousy. And I don't see that. Con? Yeah, that don't, to me, that don't make sense. But that's, to each his own, brothers. And brothers got their way that they explain it and the way, but I just simply still don't agree. It just, to me, it just don't line up. Read on.
Verse 12. Now, if the
Salakia, Aria, show real quick. Show the 3 videos of Operation Solomon. It don't have to be in any certain order. Real quick, show them 3 videos. I'm gonna just read Romans 11 and 11 again. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? Yahweh forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. It's not just Amalek. You got the Falasha Jews. You got the so-called Ethiopian Jews. And every other nation, no matter whether they convert to Judaism or not, they always put them, they're all seen as being over the Negro in America. Right? They get more rights than us. You got our people living out there in Dimona by Amalek's nuclear wasteland. Ben Ami Carter and that Israelite movement that went out there from Chicago in the 60s, they put them out near the nuclear wasteland. But now we're going to see what they did with the so-called Ethiopian Jews. Play those 3 videos. It don't have to be in any certain order. They all short. Check this out, y'all. Check that out. So y'all saw that?
Gone.
All right. So right there, what happened? Don't play the next one yet, Ariel. Right there, you saw they had an Israeli Air Force military defense team go into Ethiopia and rescue 15,000 Ethiopian so-called Jews. When Ben Ami Carter and the Israelites from Chicago, I think they went over there, I think it was 30 of them in the beginning. And then they grew into, they started having children and more people came over there. But they went over there and they got residency. But they didn't even give them citizenship for years. The only way I believe you was granted citizenship is if you fought in the military. And if you had residency, you could fight in the military, but still didn't have citizenship. But when it came to the Ethiopian so-called Jews, which are not the Lord's people, you can see. All right? People say, oh, there's black Jews in Ethiopia. No, that's not Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's Cush. That's Babylonians. That's Mesopotamians. And modern-day Ethiopians and Eritreans. They converted, when you read 2 Kings, and Cush came into our land and converted to our customs from back then up until now. And the priest had to come in and teach them how to do the sacrifices and serve the Most High, because the Lord sent lions to tear their ass up. You can read that, I think, 2 Kings. Somebody find that scripture. With the Cushites all the way from back then. See, this is history too. Over the years and generations, a lot of the heathen nations, they converted to our customs, and they kept the customs throughout generations. That's part of Romans 11:11 also. But you see the difference. Salvation came to the Gentiles. The Israelis said, we got to go get our Jewish brothers and sisters out of Ethiopia. They never came to America and said, let's get the American Negro, which is the real Jew, and we're going to bring them to Israel and set them up to run the land because they're the real Jews. But they had a military operation called Operation Solomon, 1991. You can also read about it in Babylon and Timbuktu. J.A. Rogers, Rudolph Windsor, in Babylon and Timbuktu, he writes about Operation Solomon. Ed Asner, the actor Ed Asner, he was a major part of Operation Solomon. I was going to show videos of all that, but we'd have been here all day. Get the next video.
What if I told you there's a mission so successful, it rescued 14,000 people in just 36 hours? Sounds like a movie, right? But it actually happened in 1991. This was Operation Solomon, the most efficient humanitarian rescue mission ever carried out. In just a day and a half, Israel flew 14,000 Ethiopian Jews to safety in Israel. And get this, it all happened under total secrecy. The Ethiopian Jewish community, known as the Beta Israel, had been facing persecution for decades in Ethiopia. They were isolated, oppressed, and desperately wanted to move to Israel, the land of their ancestors. In May 1991, after years of negotiations, Israel was ready. The mission? Simple but massive: airlift 14,000 people out of Ethiopia in less than 2 days, a challenge no one thought possible. But here's the twist: they did it with a fleet of just 34 planes. That's about 400 people per plane. Imagine organizing 34 flights, moving an entire community in total secrecy, and doing it in just 36 hours. That's like planning a small army of planes and passengers, but with a clock ticking faster than a countdown to midnight. As the planes took off from Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, Israel's logistics teams worked non-stop, coordinating flights, security, and the airspace. The secret? They used military planes, disguised as civilian flights, to avoid detection. Smart, right? By the end of it all, 14,000 lives had been saved, no casualties, no major hiccups. A logistical miracle that brought families to safety and reunited them with their Jewish heritage. All in just 36 hours. Think about that, 36 hours. That's the stuff of legends. Today, those 14,000 people are thriving in Israel, contributing to society in countless ways. Operation Solomon wasn't just about getting people on planes. It was about hope, unity, and the power of believing in the impossible. If you think this is amazing, then don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more stories that prove human willpower can overcome. 3 covert military operations, named Moses, Joshua, and Solomon, unfolded a remarkable chapter in history. Operation Moses, initiated by Israel in late 1984, saw the collaboration of the Mossad, the CIA, and Sudanese state security. Over 30 aircraft orchestrated the clandestine airlift of nearly 8,000 Ethiopian Jews, known as the Beta Israel or Falash Mura, from Sudanese refugee camps to Israel via Brussels. The Ethiopian Jews, descendants, as per tradition, of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, faced prejudice in Ethiopia. Before the airlift, the Ethiopian Jews had to make their way to the Sudanese border, usually by foot, overcoming violence and thievery along the way. Operations Moses and Joshua together airlifted about 1/3 of the Ethiopian Jews to Israel. In May 1991, Operation Solomon carried 14,000 Ethiopian Jews directly to Israel in military aircraft.
All right, that's it, right? That's all 3 of the videos?
Yeah, Khan.
All right, now, The reason why I pulled that up, because I just want to show another example of another Gentile nation being seen as Jews. Now, none of that you just saw on them videos, has that ever been done for a Negro in America? Hell no. Guys, that ain't never been done for us. All right. Not that we want Amalek to do it. To hell with them. Yahweh Shai gonna come and airlift. The true air force of Yahweh Shai and the angels gonna come and airlift us up out of here on the chariots. To them chariots fly. And bring us back into the land of Israel. But I'm just showing you how the nations basically took our position, being seen as the Jews on the earth. And there's tons of other examples. Like I said, I could have pulled more videos up. We'd have been here all day. But I just want to show another example through the Philistines, the Ethiopians. But we know the Ethiopians are not the Lord's people. Get Zephaniah 2 and 12.
I already had it on deck.
Khan. Read that, King.
They didn't pull it up.
All right, pull it up. Zephaniah 2 and 12.
Khan, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
See that? The Ethiopians are going to be slain by the Lord's sword. If they was his chosen people and Jews, even though a lot of our people are going to be slain with the sword and destroyed, but we're going to be redeemed. They're going to be slain with the sword of the Most High in judgment because they're not his chosen people. They also, go to 1 Kings, the 10th chapter. They also said something on there about the Queen of Sheba and Solomon coming together. Which that legend is the Queen of Sheba and Solomon came together and had a child, Menelik II, and Haile Selassie, a descendant of him. And that's how you get Ethiopian Jews also. Go to 1 Kings 10 and 1.
Khan, this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 10, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions.
With what?
With hard questions.
No, she came to have sex with him and have a child.
She came to prove him with hard questions.
Right, she came to prove him with hard questions. Go ahead.
And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him all that was in her heart.
Right, jump down to 13.
Verse 13. And King Solomon gave unto the Queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked.
Meaning he answered Salakia, meaning he answered all her questions. He gave her desire, meaning what she came there for was to prove him with hard questions, and he answered them. Right? He gave her all her desire. Right? See, the desire, he gave her a desire. That means, no, that's not talking about that. Because it would have recorded as something so important in history would have been recorded. Not something made up in your Kiba Nages or all these other fake books and documents you got. Read on.
And King Solomon gave unto the Queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, besides that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country She and her servants.
Right. Her and her entourage dealt with Solomon and went on their way. That's adding to the scriptures. It never said nothing about they had a child together, because if Solomon would have laid with her, he would have kept her there as one of his concubines. Because remember, Solomon had wives of the other nations. He had concubines. But he sent her on her way with her entourage. He said, look, you came with gifts. When you read the verses 3 on down, well, I just got to the main points. She was mesmerized by the wisdom and the kingdom of Solomon. And she being a queen of Sheba, she's like, that ego. Let me go deal with this. Let me come see what everybody talking about with this dude Solomon. But it said nothing about they had sex and she had Melanik and Haile Selassie was his descendant of his, and that's how you get the Ethiopian Jews today. No. The Ethiopians have no seed line with the children of Israel. They're going to be slain by the Most High sword. Meaning what? They're going to be destroyed. Some of them in World War III, and the remnant of them are going into captivity under Israel. God?
Right. God.
All right, go back to Romans 11 and 11. Matter of fact, go to 12. Romans 11 and 12 now. Let them pull it up.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 12. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
There you go. How much more their fullness? If we fell and the entire earth got rich, all right, how much more our foot? Imagine when the Most High bring us back into power. And you see that in our neighborhoods. Every heathen can come in our neighborhood and get rich. So if you want to say, if the fall of them, the southern kingdom, now if the fall of them, the southern kingdom, be the riches of the world, the northern kingdom, and the diminishing of them, the southern kingdom, the riches of the Gentiles, the scattered northerners, how much more their fullness? To me, that doesn't make sense.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
You don't see that.
When Judah fell, Ephraim got rich. That's talking about the natural Gentiles. All right, play Aria, play the video of Black Book. It's a video I sent with Amalek. It's called is that investment firm Black Book or BlackRock, Salakia. Play that video real quick. Just some quick examples. We're going to accelerate because we got to get to the meeting. But I want to get through this. Is a BlackRock, I believe it is. Is a short video I sent you of that investment firm BlackRock or Black Book. I always confuse it. BlackRock, Black Book. You got it, Aria?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You said the one with BlackRock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Play that one real quick.
All right, let me get that one. All right, I'm putting it on right now. Yeah, that big investment firm. I know exactly.
Yeah, that big investment firm. Yeah, BlackRock.
Yeah, that big investment firm.
Okay. Yeah, that big investment firm. Yeah, BlackRock. Yeah, that one. But now this company, BlackRock, is a major world investment firm. And when you do more research on them, they control massive amounts of the world's wealth. But somebody looked them up and seen that all the hold on, I think Ari, I'm playing it again so we can see it better.
Gone.
All the top executives of this company are Amalek, so-called Jews. And they control a major portion of the world's wealth when you research them. BlackRock, a so-called investment firm. And that investment firm, that's a front. They probably into every kind of damn illegal or legal activity, money making that you can imagine. But somebody looked them up and said, wait a minute, all these executives are so-called white Jews. Because what? The fall of Israel meant the riches of the world. We don't control no kind of investment firms that controls massive of the world's wealth. The Lord said, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. And who are the top leaders in every industry? Every industry, we already know, every industry, the top leading executives are Amalek. They're the ones getting the lion's share of the wealth. Is that prophecy also? Yes. Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to the classic. Bring it out.
Salakia. Remember when the kid tried to assassinate Trump?
Khan.
From the roof, he was shooting on from the roof.
Khan.
Yeah, they said that he was working for BlackRock.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
Check that out. He was working for BlackRock. Yeah, check that out. I think the guy, I think the dude that killed Charlie Kirk, they said Israel set him up. Remember, they said Charlie Kirk was rebelling against the Amalek, wanted him to push the agenda more and be on their side against Palestine. And Charlie Kirk was like, nah. And that's what got him, Kirk murked.
Right.
That's what got Charlie Kirk murked. He went against, that show you Amalek controls everything. They even control America.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they got every industry. And they interviewed a lot of Amalekites and they said, listen, one of the ways we got our riches is we taught our people to go into every industry, even the industries that other people thought, that's not going to make no money. They said, no, we got a hand in every part of business of the planet Earth. Amalek. Who's controlling the blood diamonds in Africa? The Oppenheimers and the De Beers. And even though a lot of these Edomites, they be from different countries, they have different names. When you trace them back, they go back to Amalek. I don't give a damn if they're from Germany, Russia, Australia, anywhere. When you go into a lot of them change their names, but when you go back, they all go back to Amalek, so-called Jewish descendancy. And they're in every industry on the planet. And that's prophecy. The scriptures tell you in Genesis, what did the Lord say? Edom will have the fatness of the earth. So everything Paul is saying is not just Paul just came up with this in Romans 11. No, it was all prophecy. So he was breaking it down, the role of the natural Gentiles in Israel. That's all Paul was saying. He was saying what the scripture said already, what was already prophesied. Okay?
Con.
Esau would have the riches of the world and be seen as the people of God due to the fall of the Israelites. All right, go to Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Deuteronomy 28 and 43.
Con, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Right, it said the stranger within thee shall get up above thee very high, but thou shalt come down very low. Come on.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Come on.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
There you go. Right? The fall of us is the riches of the world. Right? Come on.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
You know what Moses is saying right there? This is how y'all going to know that y'all the true children of Israel. When y'all see these things happen, it's going to be a sign to show y'all. And remember, the Lord said these things was going to happen to us. That's how we know it's talking about us. That's how we know we fit these curses. That's how we know we're the chosen people. Good.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Good.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until ye have destroyed thee. Until he have destroyed thee.
See that? The Lord said he will put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So there you go. The Lord said you didn't want to serve me, so you're going to serve your enemies in hunger and in thirst and in want of all things. You're going to fall, and they're going to get the riches and the fatness of the earth. Just like the Most High told Esau in Genesis. All right, go back to Romans 11. Matter of fact, no, get one more. I want to get another, let's get another heathen example. Check this out. Go to 2 Ezra 3. Because I want to show some examples. It's not just Esau and Amalek, it's the nations. Like I was bringing out in at the Purim service. That morning, a couple of weeks ago, I passed through Chinatown in New York. In the morning, Moab got their own damn city within the city. They got their own neighborhoods. That's all controlled by them. Our neighborhoods, it's either a hood, and it's not controlled by us. We killing each other, fighting, giving our money to every other nation. if it's a bougie Negro neighborhood, Negroes got a little bit of money. They still don't control it. It's just some of our people, they live in a neighborhood, they make good money. A lot of businesses, though, they still don't own. You might have a couple here and there, but the lion's share. You're not going through a small city and seeing everything with that nation's language. Every one of their people controlling everything in that neighborhood. You wouldn't dare have a Negro business. Only in Philly. That brother was able to open a cheesesteak spot in Chinatown in Philly. To this day, I don't know how the hell he did it. That shows that this kingdom is on its way out. Anytime a Negro can get a business in Chinatown, this kingdom is finished. But it's still overall, he's that one little black business, and he got a food court with other black businesses, but the rest of the neighborhood is Chinatown in Philly. You ain't got a Judah town in every city, a Negro town, a Black American town, a Jamaica town. They got little Haiti and Flatbush, but they just call it that because a lot of Levi live over there. In Newkirk and Flatbush, they call it Little Haiti. But that's because a lot of Levites live over there, but they don't run nothing. They might got a few businesses and restaurants and stores, but they ain't really running nothing. Esau's still running the show. So we are still subject to these heathens. Even if we get a little blessing, it's nothing compared to what these nations got. 2 Ezra 3:1 in the Apocrypha.
Come. It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 3, verse 1. In the 30th year after the ruin of the city, I was in Babylon and lay troubled upon my bed, and my thoughts came up over my heart.
Right, so Ezra said after the fall of Jerusalem by the Babylonians, he was in a Babylonian captivity after the 30th year. Go ahead.
For I saw the desolation of Zion and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon.
And the what?
And the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon.
See that same thing. The fall of us is the riches of the world, the riches of the Gentiles. He said, listen, I saw the desolation of Zion and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon. Same example, nothing new under the sun. That was ancient Babylon, America's modern day Babylon. Same thing. Go jump down to 23. 2 Ezra 3:23.
Verse 23.
Check this out. Good.
You waiting for him to pull it?
Okay, wait for him to pull it up so I can.
All right, there you go. Verse 23. So the times passed away, and the years were brought to an end. Then didst thou raise thee up a servant called David.
So from verse 1 on down, Ezra is going through all the history from Adam. Now he's coming up to David. So he said, the time went by and you set up David. Come on.
Whom thou commandedst to build a city unto thy name, and to offer incense and oblations unto thee therein.
But David's hand was too bloody. So what? He set up Solomon. All right, good.
When this was done many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook thee.
Come on.
And in all things did even as...
Salakia, David established the city to a degree, but the temple was built by Solomon, right? Come on.
When this was done many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook thee.
Meaning
and in
Israel,
all...
Salakia, meaning Israel broke the law. Go ahead.
And in all things did even as Adam and all his generations had done. For they also had a wicked heart.
Come on.
And so thou gavest thy city over into the hands of thine enemies.
Go ahead.
Are their deeds then any better that inhabit Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion?
Yeah, so Ezra's like, wait a minute. Are there of Babylon any better than Jerusalem? The Babylonians are not the Lord's people. They worship idols like Bel and the dragon. But the Lord said, I'm going to still punish you by a people that's not even my people, because what? You're making me angry because you want to serve their gods anyway. You want to serve their gods and you want to be like them. So I'm going to take the people you want to be like and the gods you want to serve and put them over y'all.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
For when I came thither and had seen impieties without number, impieties without number.
Right. Ezra said, when I came to Babylon, I saw impieties without number. Right? Impieties means an active rebellion against the Most High. Active or willful rebellion against the commandments and the laws of the Most High. Meaning the Babylonians are willfully sinning everywhere. He said, I saw impieties without number in ancient Babylon. Just like Yahweh said in Matthew 24, iniquity shall abound. Impieties without number is another way of saying iniquity shall abound. Sin and rebellion, sin and willful rebellion against the Most High is everywhere. Just like during the time of Noah, it said the earth became full of violence. Same thing, there's nothing new under the sun. Paul is actually taking us through stages of history and prophesying the future. Nothing new under the sun. Paul is really not saying anything old. He's really not saying anything new. Is new because he's also prophesying the future, but he's telling us this been done in Israel's history when the Most High got angry with them. It's been done throughout time, and it's going to be done in the last days, and then the Most High going to restore his people. Just like we rebelled back then, and he put the nations over us, same thing going to happen. Good.
For when I came thither and had seen impieties without number, then my soul saw many evildoers in this 30th year, so that my heart failed me.
So Ezra's scratching his head like, wait a minute. The Most High punished us because we went off. But these Babylonians, they don't care nothing about the Most High. I see sin with willful sin and rebellion without number. It's massive sin going on. And the Lord put these people over us? Like a lot of brothers say, Most High ain't dealing with Esau. Oh, yes, he is to a certain degree. He put the devil over you. He let the damn devil rule over you. Now you go to Israel and you're seen as spit, where the nation's supposed to be seen as spit to us. Right, go ahead.
For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and hast destroyed thy people, and has preserved thine enemies, and has not signified it.
Yeah, Ezra's like, yeah, you destroy your people, but you let the enemies live, and you let them be above us. Read on.
I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? Or what generation have so believed thy covenants as Jacob?
Right, he said, is any other people called by your name?
Right.
Who else is your chosen people? Who else kept your commandments? Who else served you the way we did? Right, go ahead.
And yet their reward appeareth not.
And we don't have
and their labor, right?
Serving you? Go ahead.
And their labor have no fruit.
Go ahead.
For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth and think not upon thy commandments.
Check that out. I go here and there amongst the heathen, and they flow in wealth. The fall of Israel became the riches of the world, and the diminishing of the Israel, the riches of the Gentiles. So Ezra's saying, wait a minute. I go through the heathen and they float in wealth. But Israel don't have a damn thing. There's nothing new under the
Right.
sun. Right? Go ahead.
Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Go ahead.
Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments?
Meaning you did have remnants of the nations that did bow down and serve the Most High and wanted to cleave unto us. But Ezra's saying overall, out of all the people on the planet, for the most part, it's Israel that served their God. These heathens ain't thinking about you. There's remnants of them that want to cleave because they see the power of our God, but it's mainly your people that served you. Right? Come on.
Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Meaning Israel lived up to their name because we're the chosen people of the Lord, and we're more so prone to serve him than the heathen. But the Lord said, I'm angry at y'all. Y'all make me jealous. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to make the nations serve me the way y'all supposed to serve me and give them the blessings that y'all supposed to have. That's why I said the fall of us was the riches of the world. Everybody rose. Every other nation rose at the fall of the Israelites. Every other nation is on top because we're on the bottom now. Okay?
Con.
It's simple mathematics and arithmetic. Go back to Romans 11. All right, yeah, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. I may just have to do a part 2 with some more information, like I said, for the sake of time. I know I keep saying that, but these precepts keep flowing. Con? All right, so I just want to show another example of that in Babylon with Ezra. All right, so read on.
It's the book 13. Of Romans chapter 11, verse 12.
No, read 13.
Now it's the verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify mine office.
Go to Acts 9 and 15. Link that up with Acts 9 15. Paul said, I speak to you Gentiles. All right, the Israelite Gentiles, I mean, the natural Gentiles, in as much as I am the apostle to the Gentiles. Paul was also sent to the Israelite foreigners. Yes, we understand that. But he said, I magnify mine office. Meaning what? I'm talking to the whole world right now. I'm talking to you Israelites that are scattered and you natural Gentiles. Thus, he magnified his office. And Paul didn't magnify his office. He was told that by Yahushua on the road to Damascus. Let's read it. Acts 9 and 15.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 15. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel.
Read it again.
But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel.
Now, Yahushua said, let him go forth, because at first, Paul was persecuting the church, but he got converted. And Yahushua said, listen, don't bother him because he's a chosen vessel to bear my name before the Gentiles. Now, some brothers teach that that's scattered Israelites. Now, check it out. Let's read it in that context, right? To bear my name before the scattered Israelites and kings and the children of Israel. Would that make sense? That wouldn't make any sense because he's already saying children of Israel in the end. So it says that he will bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel, meaning what? Paul would bear his name before the whole world. Didn't Paul go before certain Roman leaders and testify the name and bear the name of Yahweh Shai? So that's what it's saying here. It's brothers want to make every Gentile. You can if you want to see it that way. But right here, he said he's going to bear his name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel.
Right.
Meaning what? Paul was going to be a spokesman. Paul was going to be a spokesman to the entire earth on behalf of Yahweh Shai. That's all it's saying. When it says the children of Israel, that means all of Israel that was scattered and the ones that were still keeping the law and the remnant that was serving the Most High. It already said the children of Israel. He said, and kings, because what? Paul went before many of the Roman leaders at that time. When you read about Agrippa and different leaders in the book of Acts, Acts 27, I believe it is. All right. And he said Gentiles, because what? Even before the other nations, we have to confess the name of the Most High and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Let's prove that further. Go to Tobit. Tobit 13. Now, brothers, see it that way. It's fine. You know, it's no, like I said, this is not a jab at nobody, or, you know, we're not in competition or anything of that nature. It's just a difference of understanding. And like I said, I get where brothers is coming from, but I don't agree with the understanding. I see it differently. That's all. It's not pride and you don't want to let go of one West doctrine. It has nothing to do with that. But I can't make myself see something that's not there or that I don't see. All right. So Tobit 13 and 3.
Con, this is the book of Tobit, chapter 13, verse 3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he have scattered us among them.
Right. So when we go out and teach our people that are scattered amongst the natural Gentiles, you don't think the Gentiles going to hear us also? Yeah, they're going to hear us too. And the Most High said, confess, be bold, meaning be bold before these other nations. Like
Right.
Yahweh Shai and Paul, they weren't speaking to the Romans out of order. They were still respectful, but it tell you, I think is in Timothy's, Yahweh Shai witnessed a good confession before Pontius Pilate. Hell, I think Agrippa said, he said to Paul, you try to persuade me to be a Jew? That's how eloquent they were even before the Roman leaders and kings and the Gentile leadership. They spoke the word boldly. They were respectful, but they spoke the word boldly. All right, so it said, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us amongst them. Yes, and the Israelites that are scattered amongst the Gentiles. Yes. We know to a degree. Now, this is for another lesson. This is another pay grade. Because there are many other times where the scriptures is simultaneously speaking to natural Gentiles and Israelite Gentiles, but that's a whole nother class, right? That's on a different level. So you got to understand that. But were there times that the Most High used his servants and he's going to use us? How many times we went to camp and Esau and the other nations came up and asked questions and we dealt with them? How many times we came up and our people in a Gentile state of mind, they came up and asked questions and we dealt with them. And natural Gentiles was there amongst them and they heard the word also. So that's all it's talking about, that Paul was going to be a chosen vessel. He was going to go before certain Gentiles, and certain Gentiles that the Most High was going to say, you know what? I can make you bow down to me right now. Even though you're the devil, you're a heathen, whatever. I can show the whole world that through my power, I can make anybody bow down to serve me, even the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. All right, read on.
Verse 4. There declare his greatness and extol him before all the living.
The Lord said, look, exhort him before all the living. Let the world, the natural Gentiles, the scattered Israelite Gentiles, the scattered Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, the kings of the earth, the children of Israel, the Israelites that know that they're Israelites already. Everybody, the all living, go and profess my word and my name before the world. Right? Everything, just scattered Israel. Yeah. Go and tell them, like Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 10, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, meaning go to them and tell them they're the chosen. The message is mainly for them. But natural Gentiles, they're going to hear the word in the process. You think they don't watch us on YouTube? Like I said, they come up to the camp. Most of the time, the most interaction we get is when we're dealing with the Gentiles. That's when our people want to run and come and, why he talking to that white man like that? Oh, he's African. Why he can't be accepted? Oh, that's my Muslim friend. He's from Yemen, but he's my buddy. Right? Read on.
So that's kind of like Paul when he said he magnified his office.
Right. Paul said, I magnify. I speak to you Gentiles in as much as I am the apostle to the Gentiles. I speak to you natural Gentiles and the scattered Israelites.
Right.
I magnify my office.
Before all the living.
Before all the living, I magnify my office. It said, confess him before all living. Oh, the living is just scattered Israelites.
No.
Right, read on.
Come. For he is our Lord, and he is the God of our Father forever.
Right, he's our Lord and the power of our Father forever. Come on.
And he will scourge us for our iniquities, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations among whom he hath scattered us.
Right, so he's going to gather Israel out of all the nations where he scattered us. But in process of that, natural Gentiles going to hear, they're going to hear their judgment, they're going to hear Israel's position, and they're going to hear the word also in the process of that. Because we're supposed to be bold and confess the Most High before all living. That's why Paul said, I magnify my office. Go back to Romans 11. Khan?
Khan.
Romans 11 and 14.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to emulation, them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
Right. Emulation here means righteous zeal. Righteous zeal, righteous rivalry. It means to provoke. It does mean to provoke to jealousy, envy, but jealousy and envy in a sense of, damn, these damn heathens are over us. We need to repent and come back to the Most High. How the hell the damn devil, man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, how is he seen as the Jew now? Salakia, y'all, can y'all hear me?
Khan.
Can y'all hear me?
Khan, I hear you.
Boy, here we go with this.
Khan, you there?
Can y'all hear me? Can I be heard?
Khan, you there?
Can y'all hear me? Can I be heard?
Khan.
Yeah, Khan, we can hear you.
All right, Salakia. All right. Khan, Paul said, I'm going to provoke you to emulation, meaning we read that earlier. Gabar Ash pulled a precept in Deuteronomy 32:21. All right, and we started at 15 to show, you know, order and how the Most High got to that point with us rebelling, and we provoked them to jealousy. So now Paul said, look, I'm going to use what the Most High said he's going to use the heathen for to provoke my brothers and sisters to come back and serve the Most High. Come on.
Verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world,
can you hear me?
What shall the receiving of them be? But light from the dead.
Can I be heard?
Khan.
Can I be heard?
Yeah, Khan, we can hear you, Elder.
All right.
Gabar Ash is reading.
I can't hear Gabar Ash reading.
Gabar Ash,
Khan.
back out and come back in, King.
All right, Khan.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Gabar Ash.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom, I can hear you, Arya. Mic check, Gabar Ash. Now my video is out. Oh no, I'm back. Back. Okay, there you go.
Khan.
All right, we good money. All right, Romans 11 and 15.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be? But life from the dead.
Right, see that? So Paul said, I'm going to provoke my brothers and sisters to emulation to bring them back. Like it's like life from the dead. Go to Revelation 11 and 8. Link that up with Revelation 11 and 8. So Paul said, look, man, if the fall of them be the reconciling of the world, meaning the world or the nations, and here's the thing, the nations can't even complain because they got to live as if they're the Lord's people in this time. The Most High is a fair and a just pot. Even the damn devil can't say nothing. You the damn devil, and you got to live for a certain dispensation of time as if you're God's people in this day and age. Khan? Don't our people look up to Esau like he's God? Everybody had the white Jesus in their house coming up. And our parents said, some of our parents in their deep ignorance said, that's God. Remember in the movie Malcolm X when Malcolm challenged the priest in the jail?
Right. Yes, and the teacher,
said,
yeah.
He said, God is white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to pull up that clip, but I don't want to get flagged. It's a movie clip. I don't want to get flagged. We said, God is white. Remember Florida Evans in Good Times? The only Jesus I know is this one right here. Right? So that's what they did. Go to Revelation 11 and 8.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. So Paul said, if the fall of us be the reconciling of the world, what shall be us returning back to the Most High but life from the dead? Our dead bodies shall lie in the street, mainly America, Babylon, but all the world. And that's more so spiritually dead. It can go into physically dead too, because we're like I tell you in Amos 7, we're dying in a polluted land. We're physically dying too, but we're spiritually dead. We're bodies walking around, but our spirit is dead. So that's why I said dead bodies. Because we're bodies walking around, but you're like the walking, our people are like the walking dead. That's why Paul said, us falling and the nations ruling over us, when we come back to the Most High, is going to be life from the dead. We're like in a dead state now, a dormant state as a people, even though the remnant of us are waking up now. Read on.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right. The nations, the world would see our condition, and they would not give us any relief for a certain dispensation of time. The 3 days and a half. Go ahead.
And they that dwell upon the earth.
Salakia, our elders taught that there was a 350-year period from 1620 to 1970. But some may disagree with that. Just for a certain dispensation of time in this captivity in Babylon, we would be in a state like we're dead as a nation of people. All right, read on.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
Shall what?
And make merry. Shall rejoice over them.
It said, they that dwell on the earth shall rejoice over them. Go ahead.
And make merry.
And make merry. Come on.
And shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right. They shall send gifts to one another. Meaning what? The heathen would share their wealth amongst each other, but not amongst Israel. And because they remember when Judah and Israel, when we was in our power and we were set up as a nation, certain times we tormented them and had them in subjection. So they remember that in their spirit. They remember these are the chosen. This is Jacob. These are the people of the Lord. So they send gifts to one another. We're going to share the wealth and the blessings amongst each other and keep the Israelites out of it. That's what the UN General Assembly is about. That's the nations coming together to further their agenda of keeping Israel oppressed. That's where they assassinated Malcolm. Huh?
It's like Psalms 83.
Con. That's what that's one of the reasons why the CIA and Illuminati killed Malcolm. Because Malcolm was going to go to the UN and embarrass America by telling the American government, you have to make the Negro an official oppressed people. And that would have shamed the United States. And Malcolm had the power to shift the vote because Africa and Asia, the Asiatic and the African countries, they control more of the vote in the UN at that time. At the United States only had like one vote. So with Malcolm going and declaring Israel, mainly Judah and America, an oppressed people, that would have embarrassed the American government. And they would have been forced to do something because the UN would have put pressure on them. That was, one of the many reasons they assassinated Malcolm. All right, but go ahead.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their
feet.
Stood upon their feet. My book ripped right there. Nah, it's a rip right there.
That means you've been using it.
God. And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Till I need to charge a bad. All right, yeah, go ahead, King.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
The Lord said, great fear fell upon them that saw them. That's happening now. What are we going to do about these Israelites? This hate religion. Why do you think they sent Vocab Malone and the apologists after us? I think that was all set up. Now, they could just be a group of zealous Christians that said, oh, what we going to do? But it was definitely some kind of pressure came down from somewhere. We got to start trying to debunk these Israelites. Because what? The fear is coming on the world that we are waking up. What are we going to do about these Israelites? They twisting the Bible around. They're having such an impact. Hold on, huh? One second. It's in the room. Yeah. So what is this pressure coming down from these Israelites? And remember, T.D. Jakes was forced to come out and admit that Israel was making an impact on the Christian church. He was saying things like, oh, how y'all caught up in these candy cane religions, these potato chip religions, right? Trying to make mockery of Israel. How y'all get caught up in these potato chip religions, right? No, Negro, you've been eating too many potato chips. No folly.
Right.
Can y'all hear me?
Done.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me switch this thing out. Can I be heard?
Done.
Can I be heard?
Done. We hear you.
Salakia. 1 second. Let me switch something out. Can I be heard?
Done. You heard.
Salakia. 1 second. Bear with me.
They can hear him on the YouTube, but not here. I believe.
Can I be heard? Can I be heard?
Done. We hear you.
Salakia. Give me 1 second, y'all. For some reason, my phone sounds low. Okay. All right, Salakia. Can y'all hear me?
Khan, we hear you.
All right.
Yeah, Khan, we can hear you, Elder. Gabar can hear you as well.
I don't know why it sounds low. I don't know. For some reason, my mic sounds low. I mean, y'all sound low to me. Speak for a minute.
Revelation 11 and 11.
All right. I'm gonna do my best. Go ahead. Revelation 11 and 11.
Khan, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 11. You want to read 11 again?
Yeah.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Read on.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
There you go. We're gonna ascend up on them chariots, and our enemies are gonna behold us. Khan?
Khan.
Go back to Romans 11.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
Ari, I'll pull up that commentary that I had from Romans 11:16. Is the commentary from Romans 11:16. I sent you like a little screenshot of it. All right, can you blow it up? Somebody read that for me.
Romans 11:16 states, if the part of the dough offered as first fruits is holy, then the whole batch is holy. If the root is holy, so are the branches. Paul uses these metaphors to explain that because the patriarchs, the root and first fruits, were set apart for Yahweh, the nation of Israel retains a holy conventional connection.
Right. So basically, if the foundation and the root and the first fruits of Israel is holy, that makes the nation holy. So the first fruits and the root mainly goes into Yahushua. All right. And it tells you that in Isaiah 11 and the scripture, I believe, in Colossians about Yahushua being the first fruits and the root. But like the commentators say, the root is also the patriarchs, meaning the foundation of the nation. So Paul was saying if it was always that remnant and the foundation of Israel was holy, it makes the nation holy. Right? Go ahead, read on in the commentary.
Key interpretations and context. The metaphors. The first fruit or root typically refers to the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
And of
the argument,
and of course Yahushua. Right? Go ahead.
The argument. Just as offering the first part of dough sanctified the whole loaf, or a healthy root makes the entire tree holy. The blessing of the patriarchs ensures Yahweh's continued long-term purpose for Israel. Context of Romans 11. This verse sets up the discussion of grafting Gentile believers, wild olive shoots, into the tree of Israel, advising against arrogance because the root, Jewish heritage / promise, supports them, not vice versa. Meaning, it emphasizes the continuity of Yahweh's promises and the ultimate restoration of Israel.
Right, see that? So even the comment, that's it on that?
Khan.
All right, so even the commentators know the blessing goes back to Israel. The foundation, the root, and the first fruits, Yahushua, the patriarchs, the elect, 144,000, that all goes into the roots and the first fruits. If that's holy, that still makes the nation holy. What is Paul saying? Again, the Most High did not forsake his people. That's all Paul is saying in other language. As long as there's a remnant of Israel that served the Most High, he's going to have a continued remnant, meaning the rest of our people, the ones that repent, the greater portion that repent, they still can be restored back to the Most High. So now he's lining up, just like the commentators, because he saw no. They might go off a little bit and they'll try to say that it's actually saying the Gentiles are going to be brought in to get salvation with Israel, but they don't understand they're going to be taken out. We're going to be put back in our rightful order, and they're going to serve the Most High under us. So that's where the commentators go off at. But for the most part, they got the understanding. So now it's setting up for the Gentiles not to boast against Israel because the Most High made us fall, a portion of the nation fall, and us to be in captivity for a certain dispensation of time, and they would live as if they're the chosen people, and the world would see them as if they're the Jews. All right, read on in Romans 11. Everybody with me, Khan?
Khan.
I know this is not the popular understanding, but you know, it is what it is. All right, I can't see the comments. How do I see the comments?
Yeah, Salak, yeah, he coming back. Just had to resend him the link again. Yeah, Salak, yeah, he coming.
Khan, I'm here. I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
All right, perfect, perfect. That's excellent. All right, now my sound is even better. That was the spirit had me go out and come back in. All right, can y'all hear me?
Khan,
All right, where we left off at?
verse 16.
Okay, read that again.
For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
Right, go ahead.
And if some of the branches be broken off,
meaning
and
some of the
thou be
Israelites, some of the Israelites, not all, but some, even a larger portion. Some of the branches were broken off. Go ahead.
and thou being a wild olive tree, were graft in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Right. So here's where the confusion comes in. The wild olive tree is understood to mean the scattered or northern kingdom or Gentile-minded Israelites. Where the Christians say, see, we were grafted in, we received salvation with you. No. The Gentiles were grafted in. Why? To provoke us to jealousy. And they were only grafted in temporarily, where Israel going to be given back our natural olive tree. They're the wild olive tree because they're contrary to nature. But I know some brothers, we respectfully disagree. Some brothers see that as the northern kingdom. But again, to me, that doesn't make sense. Right? Read on.
And partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Hold on.
Both
Hold that.
not,
Go to Romans 11:17.
Mm-hmm.
And go to let me see what I want. Shalaka, bear with me. Somebody could say something for a minute. Bear with me. Psalm 73. Yeah, Psalm 73. Now keep in mind, it says, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Why? Because the Gentiles, mainly Esau, Amalek, any other nations, they got to live and damn near took our position in this kingdom in these last days. They're sitting up as if they're us.
Khan.
Now I know that's not the popular doctrine, that's not the popular understanding, but that's the original teaching, and that's the way we still understand it.
Yeah, Shalom, Elder. You got.
He's moving. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, it keeps backing you out and come back.
Yeah.
On.
All right, there we go. Y'all can hear me?
Khan.
All right.
Yeah, Khan, we can hear you now.
Keep in mind, partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Psalm 73.
Khan, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 70 and 3?
73 and 1.
73 and 1. They got to change it on the screen.
Psalm 73 and 1.
Yeah. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 1. Truly, Yahweh is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were also gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right. See that Asaph said, look, I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Good.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Go ahead.
Therefore pride compasseth them as about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish.
Right, it said their eyes stand out with fatness. All right, their eyes stand out with fatness, and they have more than their heart could wish. Now, go from there to this is just linking up when it said the fatness, partakers of the fatness. Go to Genesis 27 and 39. Matter of fact, Genesis 27 and 38. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Go ahead.
And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
The what?
And of the fatness of the earth.
Come on.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
Go ahead.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Go ahead.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right. Go back to Romans 11 and 17 again. So the way that Esau partook of the fatness and the root was what? He became known in the earth as the Jews or the Israelites. And what? He literally got the fatness of the earth. And now it's prophecy from Esau, and even Asaph spoke about it. All right, read Romans 11:17 again.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, wert graft in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
Right. Why would Northern Kingdom Israelites boast against Southern Kingdom Israelites? How we could be saved now, y'all can't. No. Now, again, some understand it differently, and I see the way brothers understand it, but it just don't add up to me. It is what it is. No, no shade or anything. Hold that. Go to Jeremiah 11 and 16. Jeremiah 11 and 16.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 16. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken.
Right, it said, the Lord called thee a fair olive tree, but he kindled a fire. He was angry with Israel, and our branches were broken. Meaning a lot of Israelites, they got destroyed, they rebelled, they fell, they sinned, and they went away from the Most High. Read on.
For the Lord of hosts that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which
the
they
Lord
have
said,
done.
Salaki, he said the house of Israel and the house of Judah was evil. So the Lord said both of y'all fell.
Right.
It's not necessarily just the northern kingdom. The Lord said both of y'all fell for the evil of the house of Israel and the evil of the house of Judah. Right, come on.
Which they have done against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering incense unto Belial.
It said you offered
Baal.
incense unto Baal. But the Lord said the house of Judah and the house of Israel was
Right.
part of them branches that fell off and broke my covenant, and I had to punish y'all. Not just the northern kingdom, it was Judah also. Okay?
Khan.
Right, go to Hosea. Go to Hosea 4 now. I know. Brothers gonna make mockery. Brothers, oh, the elder got the old understanding, but you gotta link it up here. I know. The doctrine pride gonna come in, and that's why the One West leaders gotta be moved out of the way. I know that the shiny new understanding, the new everybody's an Israelite doctrine. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm holding fast. All right. Hosea 5 and start at 3. No, Hosea 4:17 first.
Khan. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone.
See that? Ephraim is joined to idols. You got to leave the northern kingdom alone. Right? We don't deal with them. We're not dealing with the northern kingdom. They was off. They joined the idols. Leave them alone. But now check out what the Most High going to say in the same book, Hosea. Hosea 5 and 3. And when it says leave them alone in their idolatry. If an Ephraimite come up and want to learn, we're going to accept them.
Khan.
Yeah, we leave all of our people alone that's off. I don't deal with Judites in the Christian church. I leave them alone. So it's not necessarily just a northern kingdom thing. Yes, the kingdom was split into two. And that's a whole nother lesson, because we can get into that. But that's not what Paul is necessarily saying here. He is addressing all of Israel, scattered northern and southern kingdom. But he's saying what the Most High was going to do with the Gentiles as a replacement to provoke us to jealousy. All right. Hosea 5 and 3. Are they scoffing in the comments? I can't see the I don't know why I can't see the comments. Huh?
I don't look like it. I don't see nothing.
Nah, Shalom. They're not scoffing. Nah, they're not scoffing in the comments. They're not scoffing.
Huh? Oh, okay. Current.
No, Salakia, Yeshaya said this is what happens when the real truth comes out. Technical difficulties come out of nowhere.
Yeah. They all over the place.
I'm like pull a damn plug.
Salakia, y'all know Elder's not that tech savvy. God.
Amalek saying, pull the plug, goddammit.
Right.
Oh, I thought I saw a scoffing comment, Salakia. Hosea 5 and 3.
Khan, it's the book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 3. I know Ephraim and Israel is not hid from me. For now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled.
See that? The northern kingdom, Ephraim, Israel, they commit whoredom and Israel is defiled. Stay away from them. Yes, there was a split in the nation, and we're going to address that We're going to address that in another lesson. But right here, we're just dealing with right here, right now. Oh, okay, I can see the comments now, Salakia. All right, I see it now. Okay. Read it again, Salakia. Hosea 5:3.
I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me. For now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled.
Right. Ephraim now committeth whoredom, and Israel is defiled. See, the northern kingdom went off. Let them alone. Now, but now check it out. Jump down to the 5th verse.
And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity. Judah also shall fall with them.
Uh-oh, we got a problem now. So which one? Which one is the wild olive tree? All right. It said Judah and Ephraim, northern and southern kingdom in the book of Hosea. The book of Hosea is dealing with the northern kingdom, but it addresses Judah also. All right, jump down to 14.
Verse 14. For I will be unto Ephraim as a lion, and as a young lion to the house of Judah.
See that? The Lord said both of them. So northern and southern kingdom. I'm going to get both of y'all. Y'all both went off. Right? Come on.
I, even I, will tear and go away. I will take away, and none shall rescue him.
Go ahead.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
See that? I will go and return to my place till they, northern and southern kingdom. Most I said, Ephraim is off and Judah is off.
Right.
Okay? He put them both together. So go back. Go back to Romans 11. Matter of fact, before you go there, Revelation 11, we was just there.
11,
Revelation 11 and 3.
You want that first?
Yeah, 11 and 3.
It's the book of Revelation. Oh, you gotta let it get it. You gotta get it. Nah, you gotta change the scripture on the screen.
Yeah, Revelation 11 and 3.
Come on, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Go ahead.
These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the power of the earth.
Right. It does mention Judah and Ephraim Judah and Israel being 2 olive trees here. Because what? We were split into 2 kingdoms. But the Most High said both of y'all went off and the branches broke off from both of y'all. But when Yahweh returns, I'm going to make y'all 1 tree or 1 stick, like it says in Ezekiel 37, one stick in the Most High's hand. It wouldn't make sense for Judah to be a wild olive tree contrary to Ephraim, or Ephraim to be a wild olive tree contrary to Judah. They're both those trees in the Most High, but it calls them one in Jeremiah and one in Romans. All right. But here's referring to the two witnesses, Judah and Israel, the two olive trees and the two candlesticks when you go back to Zechariah. But we'll go deeper into that on another lesson. All right, read on.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Right, meaning the Most High gonna give spiritual power unto the prophets, and if anybody will hurt them, they're gonna be put to death. Whether we've called fire, actual fire from heaven, like Elijah, or we call down curses up, the fire can represent destruction and curses also. Or we can speak and pray against them, and all the enemies of the servants of the Lord will be destroyed. All right, go back to Romans 11 and 18 now. Romans 11.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
But meaning what? They serve the Most High through us, so they can't get proud. They can't boast against us and say, we the people now. No, y'all don't bear the root bears you. You got to serve the Most High through us. All right, go ahead.
Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in.
And that's the Christians' main argument. The Christians will say, but we were grafted in, but what? To provoke the Israelites to jealousy. The 11th verse. Always keep that in mind. You were grafted in temporarily. And also, when you check it out, the nations was Esau and the other nations, they were given this position also because what? It's rehearsal for them. It's rehearsal for them because in the kingdom, they're going to serve the God of Israel anyway. But it's going to be under the Israelites, not with you ruling the world and having a salvation. The salvation is going to be reversed. You still going to serve the God of Israel through the true root, which are the Israelites. Read on.
Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fair.
Right, you only stand by faith. Don't be high-minded. Don't be high-minded, but fear. The nations can't get proud and say, well, the Israelites fell. Now it's no. And a lot of Christians come with that argument. The Israelites fell. They used John. He came into his own, and his own received them not. But then further on in John, it said many of the Jews believed on Yahushua. So they can't get proud and boast against the natural branches. All right.
Right.
Go to let me see what I want. Go to get the Malcolm X video. Let's start with that. I'm gonna show you how they boasted against us and got high-minded on a high level. Check this out. Get the Malcolm X video. It's gonna go from
right now, if you watch this, your brain is being hijacked.
2450.
You're in control.
To 2905, something like that. It's only about 4 minutes.
But fortunately enough, I had a shotgun.
Their goal was to drive Malcolm crazy because of this intense attachment that he had to Mr. Muhammad and the fact that insanity ran in his family. His mother was in a mental institution. So by constantly frightening him or doing things that seemed like you were going to kill him or something like that, they hoped that he would snap.
Malcolm X is now a wanted man. In August '64, 7 months before his death, during a visit to Cairo for an OAU summit meeting, was the victim of an attempted murder.
His life is in danger. He's seeking allies. He's trying to stay alive. People are trying to kill him. He's poisoned in Cairo, sitting at the table of Abdel Nasser, for God's sake.
People say to create a division between African Americans and Islamic countries, right? They never could find a waiter who brought him this food, you know. And later account was that he had poison in him to kill 10 men. He survived it, but he was definitely weakened.
Whoever may have been behind this bizarre murder attempt is still a mystery. It is hard to imagine that the Nation of Islam could have set up such an operation so far from home. But who else wanted Malcolm X dead? 6 months later, another disturbing event occurs during a trip to Paris. February 9th, 1965. As Malcolm X steps off the plane, he is refused entry into France. Were the French subjected to external pressures? Were they informed of an impending attack and hoped to avoid it taking place in Paris? Or did the prefect of police, Maurice Papon, simply frown upon the arrival of an African-American agitator? In any case, the event raises a great deal of controversy and continues to fuel no end of conjecture concerning Malcolm X's assassination.
When he came back to the United States, several of us met him at the airport, at Kennedy Airport. And in riding back to the city with him in the car, he said something very strange. He said, you know, I've come to realize that I made a mistake. I have found recently that my troubles are not from Chicago. And so we said to him, well, where are these problems coming from? And he pointed down south. He said, from Washington.
I saw him for the last time. I was in near tears. You know. And he told me to leave the country because you didn't know who you could trust. You know, he was tremendously emotionally impacted by the government's plan to destroy our leaders.
A plan to destroy black leaders? Since the split with the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X makes numerous declarations and gestures suggesting a more open attitude towards other political forces. In so doing, he moves closer to his former sworn enemy, Martin Luther King.
The coming together of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X created nightmares for the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover in 1965 or 6 wrote an infamous internal memo called the Black Messiah. Hoover says, above all else, we must stop the rise of a single black Messiah who can unite all black people in the United States.
Selma.
All right, so y'all saw that?
God.
So now go to Psalms 49:11. This how they boast themselves on such a deep level. They try to assassinate Malcolm, right? J. Edgar Hoover had the COINTELPRO program, counterintelligence program, to destabilize or to prevent any so-called black Messiah from uniting the so-called black people, meaning so-called African Americans, the tribe of Judah. Because they know, Esau knows, all right? So this is a major way they boast themselves. They said, listen, we are going to prevent anyone from even trying to save or deliver them as a people because we want to rule forever. That's how much they boast themselves. Read Psalms 49:11.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Kind. Their inward thought is that they should dwell and rule forever. You Negroes will not even get a Messiah. Because we're the people now, they got comfortable in their rulership. Look, the world see us as God. They see us as Christ. They see us as the Jews. They see us as the chosen people. They think white is right. If you black, you got to get back. We want to rule forever. So guess what? Let's take the chosen people, and they will never have a Messiah to ever come back and save them. That's how much they boast themselves. We're going to continue forever. Right, read on.
Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perish.
Right, he's like the beast that perish. Like Daniel spoke about in the book of Daniel about the different beasts that would rule. And all of them beasts, them kingdoms or nations came to an end. Esau is like that beast that abideth not. He's going to perish forever. But he think, no, I'm going to rule forever. You can't even have a Messiah. That's how much he boasts themselves, and he's high-minded against the children of Israel. Netanyahu, not a Jew, said, oh, when they come over here, we treat them with the utmost respect. Oh, we're the children of Israel, and you know, when we come over here, when they come over here, we welcome with open arms. The Lord said, don't be high-minded, don't be proud, don't be puffed up. Now, how would that make sense if Northern Kingdom, the Most High was calling back the Northern Kingdom and grafting the wild olive tree back in, and now they're going to boast against Judah and the Southern Kingdom? I mean, what Simeon going to say, oh, that's why I got a Deli Moreno and you don't? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but of course, brothers have their explanation. All right, but it just makes more sense on that level. And we see these nations are proud as hell against us. Pull up the picture of Judas and the Black Messiah. And Gabar Ash, get St. John 1:41.
Yeah, Salaki, you want the picture first or you want the verse?
The picture first.
All right, the picture's there.
All right. Esau made a movie about it, Judas and the Black Messiah. All right. And when you check it out, look at the picture. Even though he got a Hamite, to play. What's the brother from Chicago? He played the Black Panther brother that the young brother they killed. What's his name? This movie's based upon.
Fred Hampton.
Yeah, Fred Hampton, right? Fred Hampton, and he got that's the Hamite actor. He got the other brother that played in Get Out, right? Betraying him, Judas and the Black Messiah, right? Just like Judas betrayed Yahushua in the scriptures is a similar dynamic. But the government set up, they show you this in the movie. The government set up the counterintelligence program to destabilize any of the so-called black movements that was trying to help our people. Any black messiah, right? Go to St. John 1:41. St. John 1:41. And read that. No,
this is the
141.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 1, verse 41. He first findeth his own brother Simon, and saith unto him, we have found the Messiah, which is, being interpreted, the Christ.
Right. Right. We have found the anointed one, the Mashiach, which being interpreted is Yahushua. Go to St. John 4:25 now. St. John 4:25.
It's the book of John, chapter 4, verse 25. The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things.
Right. So they knew and understood that they knew the Old Testament. Those that knew and understood the Israelites, even the Sanhedrin, the government of Israel that was under the Romans, and even some of the Roman leaders, they knew about the prophecy of Yahushua to come and be a Messiah to the children of Israel. Go to St. John 2:13. St. Matthew. Go to Matthew 2:13. So I'm going to show you, it's nothing new under the sun. Like they want to destroy any Messiah to save Israel back then. They do the same thing in this day and age. And COINTELPRO still exists. They just do it through other stuff. You got social media and all this other stuff now. It's still there. All right. But they can't stop Israel because this great awakening is going to happen. They can't stop the black messiahs, the Mashiach amongst the children of Israel. That's why the camps and the word is going out all over the place. They can't stop this awakening. But St. Matthew 2:13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 13. And when they departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
See that? Where is he that is born, the Savior or the Messiah amongst the Jews? They wanted to destroy Yahushua at birth to prevent any Messiah for the children of Israel. Go to Exodus 1. Same thing they did with Moses. Exodus 1 and start at 14.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
Go ahead.
And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shipra, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
See that? It said, kill the sons of Egypt. Kill the sons of the Hebrews, so that there do not rise a Messiah amongst them, or a Moses type figure, which the Most High had them preserved and saved anyway. And also, when you read the Pharaoh at that time, he feared that Israel, the men of Israel, would stand up and join with their enemies and become a military threat to the Egyptian empire to overthrow them. But same thing, unite the people and overthrow the oppressive government. Same thing today. That's another way of how they boast themselves. All right, and bring it up to today from the 60s with Hoover and even up until now. There should be nobody to rise up and save the children of Israel, because we are going to rule forever. They boast and they're high-minded and they're proud as hell. Right? Get the video where Netanyahu spoke about war against Amalek.
אנחנו קראנו בפרשת שבוע, זכור את אשר עשה לך עמלק. אנחנו זוכרים ואנחנו פועלים. ואם למשטר האימים הזה יהיה נשק גרעיני, הם יאיימו על האנושות כולה. לכן יצאנו כדי להרחיק גם את הסכנה הזאת, קודם כל מעצמנו, מעלינו. אבל אנחנו פועלים כאן, יחד עם ארצות הברית, לפעול ולמען האנושות כולה. אני שואב כוח עצום מהעמידה האיתנה של אזרחינו, מגבורת לוחמינו ומפקדינו. אנחנו קראנו בפרשת השבוע, זכור את אשר עשה לך עמלק. אנחנו זוכרים ואנחנו פועלים.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
אנחנו קראנו בפרשת...
The man going to say we at war. The man going to say we at war with Amalek during the Purim.
Talking about himself.
Talking about himself.
It's crazy.
Right? Because remember in Esther, right? In Esther, we don't have to get it, but in Esther, it called Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite. Agag goes back to 1 Samuel 15, which was the king of the Amalekites. So he's saying as if they're the real Jews and they got war with Amalek. But the Most High said, Israel, give me Exodus. Y'all know what I want. These devils are something else, man. Exodus 17:16. Right. So the Iranian war started the weekend of Purim. So Amalek, not a Jew, the real Amalek, he gets up there and says, we're at war with Amalek. Let you know these devils know, man. No, the real Israelites, we're celebrating a feast day when we were at war with Amalek, meaning Haman, during the Persian Empire, because Haman was a descendant of Agag, which was a descendant of Amalek. Read Exodus 17:16.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, because the Lord have sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Right. So the true Israelites would have war with the true Amalek from generation to generation. But during the Feast of Purim, we're celebrating war that we had with Haman, a descendant of the Amalekites. But he says that as if the Iranians is Amalek and they're the real Jews during the Feast of Purim. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. All right, go back to oh no, give me get the video of Eddie Long now. Eddie Long.
Boing! Here I thought Jesus was the king.
He's now positioned in a position of power and authority. He has given within him a belt. On one side is justice, the other is blessing. He now is given the Constitution of God as a king. I give this to you, Bishop, as a sign of covenant, as a sign of release, as my sign of love for you. Amen. The brothers will come forth. 4 sons representing the 4 corners of the earth. They'll raise him up right now. He now is raised up from a commoner to a kingship. Come on, raise it up. And I'll walk him around. Come on. Come on, praise God. Turn to face her. Turn to face me. Hold it in the air. He's no longer a commoner. He's not on the earth. He's raised from earth into a heavenly realm. He's raised in a prophetic position. He's released by God. He's breaking pagan traditions, breaking areas of God. He's releasing Atlanta, Georgia. It's not him. It's the king in him.
Dramatic role play number 3. Honey, we just finished the service. You aren't even gonna believe what we did. They wrapped me up in this thing, whatever it was. I couldn't read any of it. And then they put me in a chair. They carried me around. And then get this. And then people started singing my praises.
We're going to sing the Aaronic blessing found in the book of Numbers. Let's sing it together, Nicole.
Yivarechecha Adonai leishmarecha Ya'er Adonai panav alecha veyichunecha Yifta Adonai panav alecha veyasem lecha Shalom.
How many different ways can you spell blasphemy?
Shalom, Elder, you there?
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Can I be heard?
Yeah, Khan.
Shalom. Elder, you back? Shalom, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Can you hear us? Yeah, we can't hear you, Elder.
I don't hear the elder. Do y'all hear him?
Yeah, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, we can't hear you.
I can't hear.
Or back out and join back in.
House of Israel. HOI till chariots fly.